LamboPlace.
The battle is hotting up now at round 2 here at the Red Bull Ring. This is the Trumpet International Racing E-Series, brought to you live by Adrenaline Impact right here in the studio. I'm your host for this evening, Max Palmer. With me in the studio is Encik Budi. Apa khabar?
Okay, Max, I'm quite good today.
So yeah, there you have it. We are here now for the first race in Ramadan.
Yes. Yeah. So that's why that's why we do this race on Monday actually.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the reason why.
Yeah, just to avoid the start of Ramadan. So for all of our friends who are practicing fasting this month, a very happy Ramadan to you all there. But of course, now we're about to head off to the track in a few moments' time. But first, a quick rundown of the pre-race show, if you will. The main sponsor for the Trumpet International Racing E-Series here is LamboPlace Malaysia, along with Stratus and Excitix, the organization by Adrenaline Impact and Vertex Esports, and co-organizer by Trumpet International. Media partners Galeri Kereta and DSF, and of course our official gaming chairs, Toda.
This one is. We need to mention this, you know.
Oh yeah, it has in fact changed our lives, and to a really great extent. So thanks so much to our sponsors again, LamboPlace, Stratus, Excitix, along with Trumpet, Adrenaline Impact, Vertex Esports, and our media partners Galeri Kereta and Drive Safe and Fast. Thanks to all of those guys for making this event happen. And what an event we have today here at the Red Bull Ring. It's so exciting right now. It's an absolutely fantastic racetrack.
This might be one of the racetrack that I'm excited to see how the racer what we call that race between one and another.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be interesting to see what the racecraft is like around this track, driving around the circuit at this point. Absolutely fantastic layout, of course. Very challenging, especially that middle sector, that last sector, where you're going downhill through these sweeping corners there, and a real change from the first sector of the race. So it's a real track of two halves.
This track is actually up down. It's like I've said earlier. This is more like, to me, it's more like a mini kind of Butters.
Yeah, absolutely. So in any case, we are about to head off. Do remember to stay tuned. The AM race will be coming in a little while time, about an hour 15 minutes, an hour and a half's time. But for now, we have the Pro category up first in the Porsche 911 GT3 cars. Absolutely special cars indeed here. And of course, we have the round 1 results, the top 10 standings in the championship as it stands, and it's the same as round 1. Shami Azri, fantastic drive from him, giving him first position there for Malaysia in 25 points to his name. Avila Bahar from Indonesia is in second place, and Kelvin Singh is in third.
In the fourth place, we have Iman Danish. And then in the fifth place, we have Mika Hakimi. And the sixth place, we have Aiman Haziq. All of the name here is actually quite big.
Absolutely. There we also have Mohamed Taki there in 7th place, Simon Sanchez from Macau in 8th, Afiq Fadlan in 9th, and of course Mohamed Zikri there in 10th position. All of those drivers that we've mentioned, trust you me, have a chance at winning the race. Of course, they do it in very different styles as well. We have, as we mentioned here, Afiq Fadlan, a real master strategist driver, but there's a few more attacking drivers out there.
Yeah, and Not to mention, this track is actually where people, where the track caught people off guard.
Yes.
They forget where to brake. Things like that happen a lot in this kind of track.
It's another track with 3 first corners, if you think about it. You have turn 1, which is a big braking zone uphill. Then turn 2 follows after a long straight going down, then uphill into a very tight corner there. So there could be some action at lap 1 there. And of course, turn 3 also big braking zone.
Yeah, there's a lot of stop and go for this kind of track,
Yeah, absolutely. So there you have it. Pro Class top 10 standings at the moment. Shami Azri currently your man ahead, but it's going to be very difficult for him to stay at that front position. The battle is definitely heating up, and the challengers are lining up to try and take a go, have a go at the front of the field there. It's going to be very interesting indeed. So there you go. Practice right now is ongoing, and at the moment Shami Azri is in fact in P1 in practice times, followed by Kelvinder Singh in P2 and Mika Hakimi in P3.
Those 3 are the experienced driver that we can see over here. But like I said earlier, from the first to 10th place for the whole overall season championship, they are actually quite experienced driver.
Absolutely. So it'll be interesting to see how they go around here. So before we head off, of course, a special hi to Azrul CPM, Haji Adi Fikri, SM Hobbies, Danish Iman and ZH there. Thank you so much for watching. Without your support, we would not be able to make this work. Now we're heading over to the track there. 4.3 kilometers long. This legendary track has been known by many names. Back when it's in its 6 kilometer long, almost flat out layout, it used to be called the Oostenrijkring. But it's now got the rather easier to pronounce Red Bull Ring name.
Oostenrijkring. Ring.
It just means Austria Ring.
Ah, okay. it might just use the Austria Ring instead of that kind of name.
Yeah, well, but of course it is Austrian German, so there you have it. Now we are joining the cars live as they begin their qualifying session. We are having a look at Tengku Ezan. Now, of course, just before we begin proceedings today, another very special Salam
Ramadan. Yes.
Jump the mark a little bit there. Salam Ramadan to all of our Muslim viewers out there all across Asia. Thank you so much for joining us, and hopefully you've had a good breaking of fast. But now we're going to have a look at Tengku Ezan as he takes a lap around the track. This heavy braking at turn 1, and of course the sausage curb on the outside there that's going to really catch out this Porsche 911.
Yeah, this is the problem with this kind of track, where people have issue with the curb and the sausage, and the sausage here really killing this car.
Yeah, if round 1 was bratwurst, I think these are more like salamis, a lot bigger. Turn 2, the braking zone there, and it's a very acute corner. It's more than 90 degrees. It's almost 120 degrees, the angle of the corner there, so it's almost a complete U-turn. As you can see there, ZHR, good luck to all the drivers. Thank you so much for your well wishes, and we also wish them a very good luck as well. We have a live chat now, so if you guys want to comment and let us know about anything or ask us any questions, do feel free to leave a comment down below. Danish Iman there, good luck to all drivers, including himself.
Yeah. He's driving in this category also.
Yeah, I was just going to say. Hopefully he's sending that on his phones before he comes out. There, Melvin there. Hello, Max and Booty. Hello, Melvin. Thank you so much for joining us there in the comment section down below. Remember, a lot of these drivers have their... they do hang out on the stream there, so if you do want to ask any questions of the actual drivers themselves, don't be too shy. Feel free to head in there. Now we're going to go on board with Tengku Ezan for a lap of the Red Bull Ring, coming down the start-finish straight there. It used to carry on for 2 more kilometers up ahead, but now we have a huge braking zone, braking after the 100-meter board, going around the apex and onto the outside there, hard on the curbs now, coming up through the gears there, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th gear, and this corner, this video really doesn't do it justice. It's so steep coming up towards turn 2. Hard on the brakes there at the 100-meter mark there. Perfect timing, perfect braking. Just clips the inside a little bit there and uses that curve to rotate the car and fire it down towards the back straight here. This is where it rejoins the old track coming down towards turn 3. It goes downhill now all the way. That was the highest part of the track. Now we're going downhill towards this braking zone. You can see it dives away as you turn around the corner there, and the camber changes midway through the corner, so that could really catch another driver out. Coming down towards the braking zone here for turn 4. and a very, very hard braking zone again here. But after this, it's going to be fairly fast, so watch out. Out of this corner here, you've got to use all of the curb and then some to try and get the most amount of performance out of the car there. But if you go too wide, you go immediately into the gravel. Now going through chicane corner, very, very famous part of the track there, over the crest and into the Jim Clark curves. Hard on the brakes here just as you come up to the curb on the outside. And we go through the Jochen Ring curve and then the Jim Clark curve there, downhill towards the bottom of the apex there, running wide towards the exit there. You want to use a little bit of that curve, but it's very slippery out there as he completes one lap in a time of... That is a 1:30.496, fairly quick stuff indeed. But Kelvinder Singh has made a fantastic time there, 1:28.853.
So we can see that another 128 coming by Shami Azri over there. Well, we can say that this track is actually have a 128 up to 130 kind of average.
Yeah.
So 139 is the average of this track. And from the first to 7th place is actually less than 1 second.
Yeah, it's very close stuff indeed, as you can see here. Now we're coming down towards the braking zone here. That's Mohamed Taki. And we have the driver cam right now on board. So we're on board in the sim and on board in real life with Mohamed Taki as he comes down towards the back straight there. And as you can see, he's very cool, calm and collected, isn't he?
Yeah. I don't think this is his race face.
It's qualifying face.
It's qualifying face.
But you can see that he's very, very aggressive on the braking and on the steering, which in a Porsche, in a GT3 Porsche like this, even the mid-engine models can be a little bit tail heavy because of the way the chassis works. And I think in the GT3 cars, it is still rear-engined, so you can see there's a certain technique that you need to get the most out of a Porsche. You really do need to have enough of the rotation to get the car turned around, but you also have to be very careful of the famous lift-off oversteer.
Yeah, this is another things that we know about GT3. Different car have different style of driving, but some said that that was unfortunate of him. But okay, this is what Max told before. Lift-off oversteer is actually a thing in these kind of cars, and the things that we know, certain car have that oversteer advantage. You know, when you oversteer, you actually gain more time.
Yeah.
You gain more speed. But certain car that doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, I think a couple of the Ferrari guys might be well familiar with that, as well as the BMW guys. But yeah, it is definitely a case where with the Porsche, you need a lot of what the drivers like to call positive rotation. And that is to use just a little bit, a hint of oversteer to get the car turned around the corner, especially through these tighter corners. Like turn 2 here, you can actually see the back end of the car comes around quite a lot in the corner. But of course, if you overdo it, it's very, very difficult to catch a Porsche.
When a Porsche oversteer, that's mean it's actually over for you. You know, this kind of car with a lot of powers, it's really hard to catch, to undo the oversteer.
Yeah.
That is the problem with this kind of cars.
Yeah. Especially with the rear engine layout, which is unique, I think, in all of GT3 racing. I think only the Alpine has a GT4, which we were just actually watching earlier on. But there we go, Jay Wong again. And what can we say about this driver? He's done absolutely fantastic job. First time out in iRacing on one of our events, and he's managed to qualify in the pro category, and he's now up there doing, you know, times up in the P6 and P7 range, which is, to be a top 6 in your first go at iRacing is something pretty special indeed.
Yeah, he have a quite a pace, I would say, and he have a good racecraft, but he came from AC, which a different kind of racecraft than iRacing.
Yeah.
So that might be an issue, a big issue for him. That what happened in the last round, that we see what happened between him and Roy Charles. Yeah.
So yeah, that is the thing. Now what he's got to do is try and master the finer points of iRacing, the physics, the occasional netcode, as it's called, where the car's position isn't quite what it seems, and you have to give just a couple more inches of space just in case there is a network connection issue. But yeah, I mean, I think he will be able to get it, and he did do a fairly good recovery drive after that point, so I think it's going to be interesting to see how he works there. Pagvinder Singh also, he's down in 10th position. I think he can qualify a little bit better than that, don't you?
Yeah. Okay. The thing is, we know that some driver they have a good race pace on certain track, and might be that this is not their favorite track. This is the track that they feels like, oh, too much braking, stop and go, things like that will catch them a bit slow.
Yeah. And yeah, that is absolutely the case because like for me, for instance, it's just about being as smooth as possible. Right now, though, the pole position is very close, though, between Shami Azri and Kelvinder Singh. I just noticed it's 0.003 of a second gap.
And you know that Jay Wong just overtake Iman Danish time.
Yeah, he's up into 5th right now. Fantastic lap there from Jay Wong. Iman Danish is going to really push it hard now. We're watching Ayman Zubir come across the line there. Let's see if he can go any faster. Shami Azri is not going to be able to do that much better. But it's interesting to see that the pace is definitely there from Jay Wong. The pace is definitely there from Mika Hakimi, from Shami Azri, Kelvinder Singh, Taki. I think the top 5, top 6 even, is going to be in quite a battle during the early parts of the race.
Yeah, we seen what happened in the last pro race, where their race a very refined, very cool kind of race, very calm. They don't do aggressive overtake. They have a good, what we call that, team strategies, and we might see that again in this track.
Yeah, absolutely. The strategy is going to be, I think, crucial because the cars they'll have to pick a way to set the cars up. You have the very stop-start nature in the first half of the track, long straights in the heavy braking zones, so perhaps a very aggressive suspension setup, low aero, a very aggressive sort of setup direction. But then the second half of the track is very fast and flowing with very long corners, so you need more downforce and less aggressive suspension setup to try and get the best out of it. So I think there's going to be a bit of team tactics there in the sense that maybe perhaps the BSR cars might have one car set up very aggressively and one car set up very calmly, if you will.
So that might be a thing here in Red Bull Ring, which is like Max said earlier. Actually the last part of this track is actually quite flowy. It's not that as the first 2 part, which is stop and go kind of track. But the thing is, if you are a single racer, you need to have both things set up for you.
Yeah. Well, it is a case of, as Jehan Han there saying, good luck pros. Absolutely, we will hope to see your countryman there, Han An, going towards the AM category. Do watch that. It's going to be an amazing race, trust you me. After this, but of course, first of all, we have the pros out there on track there. Mohammed Shafiq says hello there, back to you, Mohammed Shafiq. But I think if I was one of the drivers there, I would go for the full-on min-max strategy. Either I'd go for the overtaking opportunities and set the car up low drag, aggressive on the braking, and try and just overtake cars as much as possible, even if that means a slow qualifying time. But then again, I'm not a very good qualifier. But if you are a good qualifier, I think you'd have to go the other way.
Okay, Max. It depends on how you approach this thing. Some people they like to drive aggressively. Some people they have more endurance kind of mindset.
Yes,
which
absolutely.
they just need. Okay, I just need to make sure that I don't do any mistake.
Yeah, that is the key. I think you really do. If you're a single driver, you don't have a teammate that you can bounce ideas off, and you can just split the setup. I think you'd have to definitely go to one extreme or the other in order to get a good result. I think a balanced setup might be a little bit difficult to pull off here.
There is no such thing as a balanced setup, Max.
Yeah, especially around here.
When you do balanced setup, you have nowhere to go actually.
Yeah.
you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
When we do balanced setup, there's actually there will be a pros and cons between each setups. But when you do balance setup, there is no pro.
Yeah, it turns into a sort of a jack of all trades, master of none at that point there. So now we see all the drivers have in fact finished, apart from Shami Azri, who's out there out on track. I think he probably will try perhaps to just improve his lap time there, but if he notices that he can't, he probably will pull off as well. But with all the other drivers in, I could say that the provisional results from qualifying are Shami Azri in first, Kalvinder Singh in second, Taki in third, Mika Hakimi in fourth, and Jae Wong in fifth. The Singaporeans, incidentally, in 5th and 7th positions. It looks like they really like this track. Sorry, Peter Key's Indonesian.
Yeah.
I do apologize.
We didn't see Avila Baha this time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not too sure where he is. Hopefully he'll be able to catch us for round 3, but he does not appear in our server at this time.
That's quite a what we call that,
It's a bit of a shame.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame because he's in second place of this the whole season championship point, you know.
Yeah. So absolutely, it's been a great battle so far between Shami Azri and Avila Baha. Now he's come across the line there. He has not been able to improve on his lap time, but there you go. We're about to head off to the race right now. We're starting the grading position right now for the Trumpet International Racing E-Series Round 2 here at the Red Bull Ring and the Porsche 911 GT3R. The Pro category is about to go. Shami Azri in first place with Kalvinder Singh in second and Muhammad Taki in third place. Mika Hakimi rounds out the second row of the grid. On the third row, we have Jae Wong and Iman Danish, and on the fourth, Peter Key and Ayman Haziq. In ninth place, Ayman Zubair, and rounding out the top 10 is Afiq Fadlan for Hyperwolves X there. Simon Sanchez is in 11th with Pagvinder Singh in 12th position. So, very interesting mix.
Yeah, we have a 15 driver on the track actually. On the 13th place, we have Tengku Izan. And then for the 14th place, we have Masdi. And then for the 15th place, we have Nevskichin.
Nevskichin.
Yeah.
I did have to ask him one time how to pronounce that. But there you go. We're going to have the short rolling start procedure here. So we're going to start the formation lap from halfway around the track just to save a bit of time there. ZHR, turn 1, send it. Let's go. It's going to be pretty challenging there. Zero blinker there. Oh, yeah. We are waiting for that. That's for sure. It is fairly famous, although I would say that perhaps the wisest thing to do if you do get yourself into spot of bother, especially if you're on the outside through turn 1, is to deliberately run off the track. There is tarmac runoff there, so perhaps saving yourself is a little bit better than getting those penalty points.
I do agree with that. You know, turn 1 is very challenging kind of turns in this race. So we are actually going for the formation lap, and this is a short formation lap, starting in the third sector of the track. Whew. I would love to see how turn 1 goes here. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 is going to be...
Yeah, I think the first lap, maybe even the second lap, is going to be very, very exciting indeed. So do watch out for the action as we're about to begin there. Shami Azri on pole position. Kalvinder Singh is going to be right alongside him. Taki in third and Mika Hakimi in fourth place. All four of them fairly aggressive drivers. The safety car has pulled off and now they have begun to roll out, and it looks like the green flag is out at the moment, coming down towards the start-finish line there, and it's away we go. Shami Azri in first position, Kalvinder Singh in second place and Taki in third. Hard on the brakes there. It looks like Shami Azri and Kalvinder Singh have managed to get a fantastic run through the first corner there. Further back, of course, we have cars going 2-3 wide there. Fairly clean coming through the corners there, and it looks like everyone has managed to make it through turn 1 in relatively one piece, but we see a couple of battles coming up towards there. In third position there, Mika Hakimi and Muhammad Taki, they're battling with each other, and in fourth and fifth place as well. Oh, there's a spin there, and it looks like Jae Wong's been turned around by someone else further back behind there. That's fairly unfortunate there. Very unlucky for Jae Wong. He's down in 15th position now. But meanwhile, further up the field there, we have Iman Danish in 5th position now, and Muhammad Taki in 4th place, coming down towards this braking zone here. I'm amazed, to be honest with you. The drivers managing to go through relatively cleanly. Pagvinder Singh being moved out of the way there, and a couple of cars there. There's one car on the gravel. How did he manage to save that? I think that was Nevskichin. He's managed to move himself up into 13th position. Afiq Fadlan into 12th position right now. Mazni Mardini up to 11th. Tengku Izan has a fantastic start there, getting himself all the way up into 10th place. And that's fantastic work there from all of those drivers. Coming up through the field into the braking zone for the final 2 corners here underneath the driving experiences banner there, and it looks like the race has just about managed to sort itself out into a nice little rhythm.
Peter Key is actually caught up with that incident happened with Jay Wong actually. So he somewhat turned to be 14th place right now. Behind him is actually Jay Wong with 2-second gap behind. In front we have Mika Hakimi, and Taki is actually trying to get Mika Hakimi from the first sector of the race.
Yeah, it looks like Taki's got that aerodynamic setup that I was talking about, trying to get the car as smooth and slippery as possible on the track to try and catch up with the car ahead and maybe make an overtaking maneuver. Because what can't be denied is that through the first 3 corners, it's a lot easier to overtake there than through the second half of the track. Now, as we look on board with Mika Hakimi, who's, as you can see there on the driver cam, and we're on board the car as well, and you can see how very decisive he turns the wheel into the corner there, very smooth on the throttle. That's where you can really pick out. The steering input can be quite aggressive, but if you hear with a Porsche driver, especially someone who's quite used to driving a Porsche, is that he usually has only 1 or 2 stabs on the throttle, and when he gets on the throttle it's very nice and very, very smooth coming through the corner here. You can tell he's just giving a little bit of a tap just to see if the car will hold, and then smooth on the throttle coming out of the corners there. I think Mika is definitely trying to get into a nice good rhythm. But further behind there we have a train of Porsches now getting very racy with each other. Tengku Ezan has a front row seat to the battle between Parvinder Singh and Aiman Zubair, and of course Simon Sanchez also further up ahead there. This is going to be quite an exciting little battle, isn't it?
Yeah, Max, this is what we call the Adrenaline Impact midfield battle again, with Aiman Zubair, Parvinder Singh, Simon Sanchez and Tengku Ezan. It's actually 4 car.
Yeah,
between 4 car for the 7th position.
Absolutely, and you can see that Aiman Zubair is all over the back of Parvinder Singh coming up towards the braking zone there. He wasn't close enough through turn 1. Will he be close enough through turn 2? And of course, catching the driver is one thing, but trying to overtake is another thing entirely. It looks like there's a bit of a gap on the inside there. He has a look, but not quite there. But Tengku Ezan's managed to brake a lot later now. So I think the attack from Aiman Zubair might just turn into a defense. Coming down towards turn 3, let's have a look there, coming down towards the braking zone here. Hard on the brakes, and it looks like Tengku Ezan still biding his time. Is still a bit of a look-see approach, which is quite smart considering it's an hour-long race. And it's going to be very interesting to see how they go through this section there. Oh, looks like he goes a bit wide there. Tengku Ezan tries to go around the outside. Is he going to be able to do? No, he does in fact pull out of it. He decides that the discretion is in fact the better part of valor through that corner there. It would have been pretty amazing if he could pull it off, but it could also have been pretty messy.
Yeah, that is the problem here, Max. If he can pull it off, that's going to be a very good things to do. But remember, whenever he pulled that off, who just now might have an issue and bang over him. This is what happened between Jay Wong and who's that? I think it's Iman Danish, is it?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I think it was Peter Key also being involved in a little bit of a fracas further around the lap there. But it's very unfortunate when you get into a corner that tight, when drivers are still all over the place trying to find their spot in the pack. It can be quite unfortunate there, but it's so easy to lock wheels and to get yourself turned around there. Let's have a look at Peter Key here with the JMX Juniors getting on the gravel, somehow managing to keep the car on the road.
That is good.
That was some fantastic recovery from Peter Key there. Brilliant bit of driver control there. He didn't do it too much in terms of pace, but he's still okay, and he's now in fact got back up into 11th position right behind Tengku Ezan.
Simon Sanchez and Parvinder Singh somehow managed to run away from Aiman Zubair and trying to get Aiman Hazing in the front. This is a battle for the 6th place, and now 6, 7 and 8 are battling for the position there. So we can see Afiq Fadlan, after being overtaken by Peter Key, he is still trying to get that position back from Peter Key.
Absolutely. Further behind as well, you can see Peter Key, Afiq Fadlan, Mazdi Mardini and Nevsky Chin right at the tail end of the field there. There is a nice little battle. I think we've got a brand new series here, the Adrenaline Impact Tail Ender Battle. Just about working up. Oh, there's a big spin. There's a big spin there, Afiq Fadlan. Somehow everyone missed him. I'm not too sure what happened there. We'll doubtless get a replay of that incident, but that was incredible stuff. How did everyone manage to miss Afi Fadlan there? Brilliant stuff indeed.
That is the quality of the pro driver that we are talking about right now, Max.
Inches there. For those of you who just joined us, Afi Fadlan had a bit of a spin there, and he was avoided by 3 cars in the previous lap. Unbelievable stuff indeed. Meanwhile, Ayman Zubair is also on the attack right now. It looks like he's all over the back of Simon Sanchez. Parvinder Singh is on the attack all over the back of Ayman Zubair. I do apologize, and it's going to be quite difficult here. They're going to go side by side here. Tengku Ezan is there to pick up the pieces should it all go wrong. And it looks like Ayman Zubair has gone from the inside to the outside. Parvinder Singh's going to go from the outside to the inside. They're still side by side coming around the corner there. They were side by side going in. They're side by side coming out again, coming around the corner here. And it looks like Parvinder Singh had to give way to Ayman Zubair coming into the double left-hander here. But that was some pretty scary stuff coming through there, through the chicane section there. And it looks like Parvinder Singh's lost a little bit of his momentum. So you can tell that there's a definite difference in terms of speed that Ayman and Parvinder are able to carry around the corner there. But brilliant piece of driving there from those two.
Those two have shown a very good driving skills. And Ayman is actually showing a good defensive maneuver over there throughout the whole attacking position that done by the Parvinder Singh.
Yeah, it was very close to like a MotoGP style switchback position. Now let's have a look at Afi Fadlan there, coming down towards the final corner here. He goes down there, he gets the car very sideways, and very close stuff indeed. I think they missed him by mere feet, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely incredible driving there from all the drivers there. Just goes to show how high the standards are in this series. Fantastic stuff.
Now we got right here, we got Parvinder Singh is trying to get Ayman Zubair, still trying to get Ayman Zubair actually for the past two laps, I think.
Absolutely, and you can see here that he's being caught up by Tengku Ezan now, who's all over the back of Ayman Zubair at the moment right now. In race control, lap 1 incident between car 64 and car 880 is under investigation. So I believe that will be the turn 2 incident between Jay Wong and another driver, and Iman Danish as well. Yes, so the stewards are going to have a look at that and see. It is currently under investigation at the moment. Now, meanwhile, we're having a look at this battle here. Parvinder Singh is basically going back and forth now. 1 minute he's defending from Tengku Ezan, and the next minute he's right up behind Ayman Zubair there. And that, to me, shows that the drivers aren't quite able to get a consistent pace going through the course of the race here. And that's another worrying thing as well. It looks like there's a bit of a network issue there from Parvinder Singh. So that's going to be quite scary indeed. Mazdi Mardini, meanwhile, he's really hard on attacking Nevsky Chin right now. And Jay Wong is right behind him as well. This is a 3-way battle coming towards turn 2. Let's see if Jay Wong is a little bit more successful this time around going through turn 2. It looks like Mazdi Mardini is going to try and go on the inside, hard on the brakes. Will he be able to get it? Draw it alongside, not able to do so. Jay Wong goes around the outside. Is he able to do anything? Not quite yet. Let's have a look coming down towards turn 3. Now, of course, in a 3-car queue like this, the car in second place gets a lot of draft, but the car in third place gets a lot of draft as well. And as we can see here, there's Ayman Zubair and Parvinder Singh, and they're going to go 3 wide. Tengku Ezan, Ayman Zubair and Parvinder Singh coming up towards turn 4. Who's going to brake first? Who's going to brake first? Oh, they touch! They touch, and unfortunately it just ricocheted Tengku Ezan into the wall there. That was some really frightening driving there, but he managed to get himself through. Unbelievable stuff indeed. They almost made it work there, but we were worried about them going to turn 4. It's a very difficult place to try and overtake. We've seen that before.
And they are going 3 wide over there, Max.
This
is the incidents that we are talking about just now. Oh,
it's just a bit of a chain reaction there that caused that. And that's very, very unfortunate indeed. But going 3 wide into turn 4 doesn't seem like a very wise maneuver there.
Ayman Haziq right now trying to get Simon Sanchez. Actually, just now, Iman Danish managed to get Taki for 0.2 seconds. And now the gap has been widened again.
Yeah. So now you can see that that's Ayman Haziq and Simon Sanchez battling for position, and it looks like Simon's managed to get himself up ahead of the Blue Steel Racing driver. Meanwhile, the cars behind all bottled up from turn 2 and drafting themselves all the way down towards turn 3. This is another replay of that incident again. Just as you see the battle up ahead, the battle behind was raging on as well. And as you can see, it's very difficult to actually gauge what happened there, but I think it was just a case of 3 into 2 simply wouldn't go.
So we have another incident, I think. Oh, that was so unfortunate, man.
And there we go. Let's have a look at Peter Key here coming down towards the braking zone. And it looks like that's a very neat maneuver there. I believe that's Ayman Zubair who's managed to overtake Peter Key. And coming up towards Pagvinder Singh here. Just gone past Peter Key and now going side by side through turn 4. We've already seen that that's not the smartest idea, but he managed to hang it on around the outside, just about managing to use as much of Austria as he could get away with. Still side by side going through the corner here and up towards the chicane turn. Of course, eventually he's going to end up being on the inside corner of the track there, coming down towards the back straight here and into the final braking zone. And this is a overtaking maneuver that is half a lap in the making. It's 2.2 kilometers of driving side by side around this racetrack, but Ayman Zubair finally manages to get past Roy Charles.
Oh, that was a long queue, Max. That was a really long queue, I would say. From the first 2 laps he has been trying. Now we are here with Jay Wong and Nevsky Chin. I think he managed to overtake Masdi and Nevsky Chin just now, Max.
Unbelievable stuff there. Fantastic maneuver there from Jay Wong to go around the outside of Nevsky Chin. And now coming up towards the turn 3 again, we're going to see, I think, some pretty intense battling from these two drivers coming down towards the braking zone there. You can see the cars getting sideways there around the bend, but it looks like they managed to get themselves locked into position there. Further up the field though, that battle between Pagvinder Singh and Peter Key and is going really well there. Ayman Zubair, Pagvinder Singh and Peter Key battling for 8th position right now, and it looks like Pagvinder Singh's managed to get a drive out of the chicane turn. They're going to go side by side yet again, coming down towards the braking zone there, and Peter Key is there to pick up the pieces should anything go wrong. Going around the outside of Ayman Zubair, just about managing to hold it off. They're going 3 wide, coming down towards the final corner there, and Peter Key wisely backs out of it just to make sure that they can all live to fight another day there. But that's Ayman Zubair ahead of Pagvinder Singh, still coming down towards the start finish line and into turn 1 braking zone. Pagvinder is going to go for it, hard on the brakes there, hard into turn 1, but he wasn't able to draw up alongside. Unbelievable racing from B3.
That was a good the good decision that taken by Peter Key just now, which is like Max said earlier, he just backed off and make sure that he managed to fix the things. And now Peter Key he did manage a little bit.
He did manage to draw up alongside there. Unbelievable stuff coming around the outside there. We couldn't really quite spit the words out in the second there. But Peter Key almost making it work around the outside. Now Pagvinder Singh is defending very, very hard. And that's a huge accident. And he runs into Ayman Zubair. Coming into the braking zone there, it looked like Pagvinder Singh was defending a little bit hard coming into the braking zone there. Might have lost it, not too sure what happened. We'll definitely get a replay on that, but it looks like they may have even been contact there. That battle was hotting up quite a lot coming into the braking zone there. Let's have a look at this instant replay. As you can see there, Pagvinder Singh battling with Ayman Zubair and Peter Key coming up towards the braking zone there, and it looks like Pagvinder just didn't have any, well, Peter Key didn't have any room there to go anywhere, and it looks like Pagvinder Singh was just in a very difficult position in that braking zone, so very unfortunate for both drivers.
Oh, that was really an unfortunate event happened there, Max. Now we see
This is
what
a
happened to
replay.
Taki. Yeah, this is replay. Taki do the same mistake as he do in the qualifying session.
Yeah, and Tiko Izan as well. I think a lot of guys are spinning off there. And I'm not too surprised because you're loaded through the left-hand corner and you have to try and get the car smoothly over to the right-hand side. But sometimes Porsches just be Porsches sometimes. And it can't quite manage the weight transfer in time. So it's a very tricky set of corners for a Porsche to try and get through cleanly. Meanwhile, Peter Key is still in battle mode right now. They've managed to catch up with Jae Wong up ahead, Nevsky Chin behind him at the moment. It looks like he's dropped back from Ayman Zubair. Perhaps a little bit of damage, not too sure what happened there. But right now, he's right behind Jae Wong, and it looks like he might be in trouble from Nevsky Chin.
There you go. Lapse in an incident between 9, 11 and 10 is under investigation. I think the one that happened between Tengku Izan, I think.
Yeah, that is race control message there. Lap 7 incident between 9, 10 and 11 under investigation. And hopefully we'll see if the stewards can sort all of that out. But it's been a very dramatic race so far through the course of this.
We expect this happen in this kind of track, Max. Like I said before, this track you will caught off guard here and there for the braking zone lah, for the what we call that, the maneuver that you want to take, race line, things like that happen a lot in this kind of layout and track.
With very short, sharp corners and very difficult braking zones, it can be quite difficult. It looks like Ahmad Hazik's managed to slip ahead of that Simon Sanchez. It looks like they gave the position back. I'm not too sure if they had perhaps a bit of a coming together, or if Simon Sanchez went off the road and gave that position back. I'm sure it will all be sorted out now. But now we go live back from that replay into the live stream. At the moment now, Ayman Hazik is in 5th position and Simon Sanchez is in 6th place. Let's see if Simon can do anything coming towards the corner here. It's very close there, just about 2 car lengths behind, now down to about half a car length behind as they go through the S's here. It'll be interesting to see how, if Simon Sanchez could try, and whoa, he did have a look there. That is a really frightening place to try and make an overtaking maneuver, but I think Simon just wanted to get out of the slipstream and just to show himself to Ayman Hazik, just to say hi and get himself through the corner there. But Simon Sanchez and Ayman Hazik, another battle that's going to be going on for quite some time.
Simon Sanchez, another experienced driver, trying to play a mental game between him and Ayman Hazik just now.
Absolutely. And for those of you watching, we of course do have, as we segue into our sponsors bit, we do have a offer here from LamboPlace. So get 12 ringgit off with a minimum purchase of 40 bucks there by clicking on the link to shop at adrenalineImpact.com/LamboPlace. It's in the comment section below, and using the code LBPER12 from 25th of March 2022 to 29th of April 2022. That's code LBPER12 from 25 March to 29th of April. Limited to the first 500 peeps. So ladies and gentlemen, start your engines at LamboPlace.
There you go. Don't forget to shop there also.
Absolutely nice stuff though. You really should have a look at some of the things there at LamboPlace with of course their 5G guarantee. But now let's go back to the racing action there, and Jae Wong still under a lot of pressure from Ayman Zubair as we have a look at the instant replay coming up towards turn 2. It looks like Ayman Zubair just getting neatly up towards the inside of the corner there, hard on the brakes, just claims the apex, makes sure he's on side by side, but Jae Wong managing to get the drive out of the corner.
That was a good overtaking done by Jae Wong. Jae Wong now managed to get 8th place. Wow.
That's pretty good, in fact, considering he was in the last position at the end of turn 2, lap 1. And after being turned around a little bit there, now Jae Wong has definitely managed to find the fire, get a little bit of that red mist going, get the blood pumping, and he's managed to fight his way back up into 8th place. So that's brilliant drive there from Jae Wong. And I'm pretty sure he has to be one of our possible candidates for driver of the day, isn't it?
No, it's between him and Taki in front, with 5 second gap. I think he can manage to do it between 2 and 30 seconds more.
So now coming up towards the braking zone there, Jae Wong, he's actually managed to pull away a little bit there from Ayman Zubair. So interesting stuff indeed. But Simon Sanchez now, who's on the way, he's trying to catch up with Ayman Hazik again after having to give that position back up. Now coming towards turn 3 and turn 4, you can see he can close up, but he just can't quite close up enough through the course of the race. Meanwhile, race control, lap 10 incident between 8 and 9 is under investigation. So lap 10 incident between car 8 and car 9 currently under investigation.
There you go. another investigation. Oh, the steward have a lot to do tonight.
Yes, we can actually see into the steward's room from our commentary booth there, and they're definitely running around and being very, very busy right now. So special thanks to all the guys there. Race control has now decided car 880 dived in on the inside and caused collision with car 64. 3 points of drive-through penalty for car 880. So that's Iman Danish. That's going to be that's going to really impact his race there. He's up there in 4th position now, but he's going to have to go and take that drive-through penalty in addition to a pit stop. Remember, guys, these cars will have to do a pit stop. I think they're going to do it much later in this race than before. I think around the 35-minute mark, or maybe even up to 38, 39 minutes.
But Iman Danish have to serve both of them.
Yes.
That's going to be a big impact, like Max says. If... Okay, wait again. Simon Sanchez and Ayman Haziq
getting very close to each other there, as we could see Simon Sanchez having a look on Ayman Haziq, but not quite able to do anything about it. Now coming down towards the inside there, looks like Simon Sanchez is going to try and go around the outside. Will he be able to pull it off? Hard on the brakes. Will he get the drive coming around the corner there? It looks like he's managed to keep the car on the boil coming out of the corner, but not quite able to do anything about it. But he's going to try it into turn 4. This is going to be very difficult stuff indeed, but he does decide to back off. Again, another case of discretion being the better part of valor there, just keeping the car safe for the next battle. But I think Simon Sanchez is a man on a mission. He wants that 5th place.
As per we know, Max, Ayman Haziq is known by his defensive maneuver and defensive driving technique and the skills, and now that has been shown a lot in this race.
Absolutely. Ayman Haziq definitely showing off his defensive skills there. Iman Danish now into the pits for his drive-through penalties. He is in 4th place. He might actually not go away too badly with it. If he can get out in 10th or 9th position, he'd be doing very well for himself, considering the penalty. But these 3 cars were right behind him, so he's going to lose position. And it looks like Simon Sanchez, Ayman Haziq, and now Mohamed Taki now joining that little battle at the moment. So it looks like the 2 drivers up ahead have been battling so hard and for so long that they've actually slowed each other down, if I can put my teeth back in there. And it looks like Simon Sanchez is trying to go around the inside there, pushes the Blue Steel Racing Machine out wide, and they're going to go side by side down the road there. And Taki is he is the man in the middle of all of that. But coming down towards the braking zone underneath the Orange banner, hard on the brakes there. Simon Sanchez, will he be able to do something on the inside this time around? Coming around there, and it looks like he's able to claim that position, but Mohamed Taki is right behind him. Ayman Haziq's going to have to think really quickly to try and block off Taki, and he does. Beautiful move there to try and just stop the bleeding there for a second, but fantastic maneuver there from Simon Sanchez, who's managed to get himself around the outs. He's tried around the outside, he's tried around the inside, now he's managed to make it work right in the middle of the corner.
That was actually a brave maneuver, Max. He is really man with braveness.
Yeah, he's definitely a man with a plan, that's for sure.
Oh my god, and now Taki trying to get the advantage of what happened between Simon Sanchez and Ayman Haziq there, and he managed to close the gap. But remember, behind them is actually Iman Danish.
Yes.
One of the fast driver over here. So
this 2-car battle, and like you were mentioning, it slowed the 2 cars enough that Taki is now able to actually catch up to the back of them, and now Iman Danish might have a chance as well. If these 2 cars keep fighting, this could very quickly turn into a 4-car battle. Hard on the brakes there. Ayman Haziq still not able to overtake there, as you can see there on the driver train. And Ayman Haziq there in 5th position. Not too sure what happened through there. But as you can see there, Taki at the back. Very, very close indeed, coming into the braking zone there. Let's see if we can get through. And it looks like Simon Sanchez still ahead. Ayman Haziq in 2nd place and Taki in 3rd position. Coming around to the braking zone and coming to the inside of the corner there. It looks like they managed to get looks like they've managed to keep their positions there just for now, but Simon Sanchez has managed to open up the gap between himself and Ayman Haziq. So I think it's going to be quite interesting to see how Ayman Haziq battles Taki now.
No, not quite happening yet, Max, because Ayman Haziq managed to still catch with... Oh, that caught me off guard.
Yeah, that was perhaps a very abrupt entry into the pits there by Taki.
That caught me off guard, Max.
How did he not spin the car coming into the pits from that angle? Meanwhile, Mika Hakimi is on the battle right now with Kalvinder Singh right now. This is the battle for the second position. They were in positions 1, 2, 3 for the longest time in the race there, but now it looks like Mika Hakimi's managed to catch up with Kalvinder Singh, and he's trying to go around the outside here. Will he be able to do anything around here? Yes, he has in fact kept it in second position. Kalvinder Singh in third place right now. Very, very close stuff. I think this battle is going to go on for quite some time. Coming around the corners here, only 0.3 of a second between the two cars. Mika versus Shami right now. We're just having a look at our pit lane correspondent Umar Aziz there on the pit wall. Apparently Mika and Shami are only 1/10 apart in pace.
But you need to remember, Max, they have to pit.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
the pit strategy will play a big role in this race tonight.
Indeed we will. We're expecting a longer first stint than usual around this track. But it looks like Mika Hakimi and these two cars are still going to be battling for quite some time. Race Control has reported 9, 11 and 10 was street wide approaching the turn. Number 9 moved in, touched number 11 and 11 bumped 10 off. 2 points and drive-through penalty for car number 9. That is the latest report from Race Control. A drive-through penalty and 2 points on their license of car number 9.
Both car number 9 and number 10 is actually retired from the race because of the mechanical issues that happened with her car, Max.
So there we go. Pagvinder Singh, in fact, was car number 9. Roy Charles, unfortunately, out of the race. That's going to be a huge blow to all of his fans. I know he's got a lot of fans out there cheering him on. Hopefully he'll be able to join the next round 3, and restart that battle, because he was doing quite well in the midfield. Same goes to Tengku Ezan as well. We hope to see him in round 3. But now this is the battle for second place here in round 2 of the Pro Category Championship. We've seen a lot of action coming from further behind, but we've got this battle between Mika Hakimi and Kalvinder Singh. We also have this battle between Iman Danish, Ayman Haziq and Simon Sanchez. 3 cars really pushing very hard further down in the midfield there, and it looks like Simon Sanchez is in a very precarious situation, but Ayman Haziq even more so. We've got Iman Danish all over the back of him, and you know how attacking Iman Danish can be.
Iman Danish is quite an aggressive driver, I would say, Max. So we know that he is a driver with a very, very good plan and a very aggressive kind of race style. But right now, we need to see either Ayman Haziq manage to hold Iman Danish or not with his defensive movement.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to commend Omar Aziz for holding that many pit stopwatches on the pit wall. Because he's managed to work out that Iman Danish is the fastest of these 3 drivers in terms of pace around the Red Bull Ring right now. So it looks like Iman Danish is a man on a mission. How long can Ayman Haziq hold him back? And more so, is Iman Danish going to be able to get past Ayman Haziq and Simon Sanchez anytime soon? Because the more time he spends behind them, the less time he's going to be able to try to hold them off. It looks like Simon Sanchez had to defend. Iman Danish is going to look on the inside. They're very close right now. They're going to be slipstreaming their way coming down towards turn 3, hard on the throttle. They're going to be planning to brake it as late as possible. Defensive for Simon Sanchez, and it looks like Ayman's going to try and go around the outside there. Simon closes the door around the inside there. Beautiful driving there from Simon Sanchez to make sure that he can neutralize any threat coming through turn 3. Now coming to turn 4 there, Simon Sanchez hanging the car out wide just a little bit longer than usual, just to make sure that nobody's going to get any ideas of overtaking him. Brilliant bit of defensive driving there from Simon Sanchez. Fantastic little masterclass he's showing off there. Simon Sanchez, again, he doesn't have the pace advantage, but he's trying to keep them behind him as much as possible.
That is Kalvinder Singh going into pit. I think this is the time where everybody will start to pit, Max. And what happened with Simon Sanchez and Ayman Haziq? Well, Ayman Haziq also going in the pit.
I think it's beginning to start as well. That battle has been going on for quite some time. I think Ayman probably felt that being in that battle for any more time is just going to lose him time towards the end of the race. So best to get him into the pits and get him out into clean traffic, and he can push hard then afterwards. Ayman Zubair is coming in there. Kalvinder Singh is in. And also Afif Fadlan is in the pit lane. Peter Key as well in the pit. So quite a few drivers coming in to pit right now. 30 minutes, exactly halfway through the race. The leader's still yet to go. Ayman Haziq now in the pits, ready to go.
Like you said earlier, Ayman Haziq get into the pit and restart his pace.
Yes.
That is what he are trying to do right now. Get out of that mess and the whole long endurance fight.
Yeah.
You know how long that fight has been on and on and on, and now he's restarting the things.
Absolutely, and because he's in a different pit stop strategy to the other two drivers, he's not going to have to worry about them having to battle for position with them necessarily throughout the race. Right now, Iman Danish is really closed up to the back of Simon Sanchez, and Jay Wong, who's managed to slide his way up into 5th place due to those pit stops, has managed to catch up with these two drivers. So there you go, Simon Sanchez on the inside, and it looks like Iman Danish hanging it all out on the outside. They're coming towards the braking zone here. Is Iman Danish going to try and go around the outside? Yes, he has. Is Jay Wong going to go around the outside? Yes, he has. Unbelievable stuff there. I know Simon Sanchez was going into the pits, but even with that caveat, that was a fantastic drive there. How he finds the grip around the outside, these two drivers, I'm not too sure how he manages to do it. But Jay Wong now has another target ahead of him, and that's Iman Danish.
And both of them haven't served their pit yet. Well, Jay Wong might need to pit in a few more laps, I think. And that happened between him and Iman Danish also. But the fact that Iman Danish has a better pace than all the average of Simon Sanchez and Ayman Haziq is now, it brings to the fact, view that if Iman go into the pit and he get out of it, the restart pace of him might be faster than before.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be the key thing. If you pit later, you don't need to take as much fuel on board. These cars are running the VRS fuel loads. That means they're 55% capacity. They're limited to only taking 55% of their fuel, and they can only start on 55% of the fuel, which is roughly about 35 litres worth of fuel. For those of you wondering, I believe it's an 80-litre fuel tank in these cars. I'm not too sure. I could check my notes there in a second. But now coming down towards the braking zone there, it looks like Iman Danish has managed to get some clear air. If he has clear air ahead of him, my advice on the pit wall, if I was his team manager, is to stay out. Ooh, he has come in, and it looks like Jay Wong has come in as well. So that's put a very different complexion on the battle, because that means it's going to be a battle between the pit crews rather than the battle out on track.
Now in pit lane we have Mika Hakimi, Shami Azri. Mika Hakimi is actually getting out of the pit right now, and Shami Azri is still in the pit.
It looks like all the drivers have had to come into the pits there. We were just getting a report there from Umar Aziz that got cut off halfway, because he was saying that the top four had very, very low fuel loads, but he's managed to get they managed to come back into the pits and come back out again. I think there's a much higher fuel burn than was expected throughout the course of this race. But now Mika Hakimi is in first place coming out of the pits there, with Kelvinder Singh right behind him. This is going to be very, very spicy indeed. That is the battle for the lead of the race.
What happened to Shami? Why he in the pit for so long?
I'm not too sure why he was in there for so long. I don't know if he had a little bit of damage that he wanted repaired, or if he had some other issue. Yeah, so Umar Aziz says they did see more than the usual amount of mechanics around the car there, just trying to fix and adjust the suspension, so it must have been repairs for damage. But that's very, very unfortunate for Shami Azri. He is, of course, our championship leader, but down in 8th place with less than half the race to go. It's going to be a big ask to see if he can climb back up.
He might manage to climb back up, Max. That's not impossible for him, because he got such a good pace. But the problem with traffic, that might be an issue for him.
Yeah,
people will defend their line, because here they are fighting for position. They are not fighting with blue flags.
Yeah, they are definitely not fighting with back markers around here. Now, all of the drivers have had their pit stops, so they are all clear to go to the end of the race. Mika Hakimi in first position, Kelvinder Singh in second place, Taki is now in third, and Ayman Haziq is battling with Simon Sanchez right now. Simon Sanchez is battling with Iman Danish right now in 5th and 6th position. This is the battle we're watching right now as they go around the track, and it looks like he might have a chance there between Simon Sanchez and Ayman Haziq there. But it looks like Iman Danish and Jay Wong, in that particular battle, Jay Wong was not able to get out of the pits before Iman Danish, so They remain 6th and 7th place. Race Control has reported that number 8 tapped number 9 from behind and caused a spin, so it's going to be 2 penalty points and a drive through for car number 8.
The car number 8 might be Aiman Zubi. It might be. Let me see my note here. Peter Key.
It's Peter Key.
Yeah.
So Peter Key is now in the pits at the moment. We're not too sure. It looks on our timing screens to be out of the race, so he must have taken a bit too much damage there. But now coming down towards the braking zone there, you can see there that Iman Danish has really caught up very quickly indeed. Iman Danish has a fantastic pace going on right now. And Ayman Hazik as well is gaining hand over feet over Simon Sanchez. So Simon Sanchez is a man in trouble, just like he was before the pit stops. Now he's got Iman Danish behind him, and he's also got Jay Wong and there's Ayman Hazik further ahead. So Simon Sanchez is in a real pickle right now. Ayman Hazik perhaps even more so. There's a lot of pressure here. There's 4 cars that are slowly but surely getting closer and closer and closer together. Will we see some nice overtakes? Will we see a 3-wide attempt at turn 4 again? I hope not. We definitely want to see these guys finish the race, that's for sure.
What is the things that we will see here, Max? Is actually either Ayman Hazik managed to defend his position, or Simon Sanchez managed to be aggressive or defend his position. So the fact that Simon Sanchez has to make a decision where he want to go, what he want to do, this is the plan that he need to execute.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it looks like Jay Wong's got the easiest plan here. He's just going to try and overtake the cars ahead. That's the only option available to him. SM Hobbies, that's Shukran, who we'll hopefully see later on today. Mika Hakimi Laju. Very fast.
Terlalu laju.
Yeah, he's a little bit too fast, says SM Hobbies. And, well, we have to agree, his pace on track is very, very quick. But Kelvinder Singh's pace is also very quick there. Ooh, it looks like he's going to go on the outside. Ooh, Simon Sanchez trying to jinx the car ahead. He's trying to go to the left, to the right, just to fill up the mirrors of Ayman Hazik and sort of keep the drivers on their toes as they come through the final sector here. I think Simon Sanchez might be thinking of trying to do a surprise maneuver into turn 4.
That might be right, Max, but it depends on either he managed to do it or not. But right now, it seems like Ayman Hazik has a good front, a good what we call that, a good runaway for him.
Yeah,
you know.
Absolutely, it does look like he's able to actually stretch that gap throughout the second part of the lap in particular. Simon is able to draft up to the back of Ayman, but he hasn't been able to do it for close enough in order to try and make an overtaking maneuver work. But Iman Danish he's managed to get really close to the back there. Jay Wong is not exactly hanging around as well, and it looks like Simon Sanchez diving on the inside. He had no other option. He had to defend and attack at the same time going through turn 2, and he must be definitely a gentleman in two minds about the racing tonight. Coming down towards turn 3 there, let's see if anybody's going to think about it. It looks like not quite yet, but they've gotten very close there. Simon's definitely got a much lower drag configuration, I think, than the rest of the cars around him, so he can make up whatever he loses. Coming down towards turn 4, let's see. Ooh, not quite there yet. He's definitely practicing for it. He's practiced for it for a couple of laps at this point, but very, very close stuff indeed. This is much more like touring car racing than GT racing at this point.
This is where mental strength anticipate, Max.
Yes.
This is where, okay, I need to do something to make sure that they make mistake or he make mistake.
Yeah.
This is what a racer need to think right now. It's not. It is not just my pace or their pace, or this is the race line that we have to take. No, it's about how to anticipate the racer in front of them.
Yes, that's it. The mental game is just as important as the real-life physical game. Coming through turn 1 here, hard on the throttle on the exit there, running across the curbs. And it looks like both drivers, all 4 drivers, I do have to say, are just thinking about it. We're looking at a classic build-up to another Adrenaline Impact midfield battle here. Ooh, it looks like Simon Sanchez again having to go in. He's gone in on the inside, hard on the brakes, and it looks like he's managed to get himself up towards the front of the field there. He's gone side by side. He has the lead for now, but Ayman Hazik is trying to drive up around the outside there. All 3 drivers are are slipstreaming, coming down towards the braking zone here. Hard on the brakes there. They go 3 wide for a second before backing down to 2 wide. And it looks like Simon Sanchez managing to make that maneuver work, but he's gone off the grass. He's on the dirt there, and it looks like Iman Danish has managed to overtake all 3 of them. Will he be able to make that move stick? Iman Danish coming around the inside of turn 4, and they're still side by side coming around the outside of the corner there. It looks like Iman Danish, unbelievable driving there, and Jay Wong's going around the outside. Jay Wong is going around the outside of the chicane. Will he be able to make that work? That's Ayman Haziq. Another position lost there. If Jay Wong can make this work coming down towards the braking zone there, you can see Ayman Haziq really concentrating right now, gritted teeth as he comes through the corner there. And it looks like Jay Wong has also managed to make it overtaking maneuver there. That is a huge turn of events there. Iman Danish now is in 4th position, Simon Sanchez in 5th, Jay Wong in 6th, and Ayman Haziq in 7th place. Ayman tried absolutely everything he possibly can to keep Simon Sanchez behind him, but once the door was opened, the floodgates were open as well. Unbelievable racing, and it's still going on there, hard on the throttle there, and it looks like Jay Wong is going to try and make another position there between himself and Simon Sanchez coming towards the braking zone here. Will he be able to claim it? Yes, he has, coming around the outside there, and he has to back everyone up going through the corner there. Beautiful driving, but that has put Shami Azri in contention as well. This 4-car battle has just turned into a 5-car battle. Unbelievable. After just laps and laps and laps of anticipation, now they're all together again, and they're all battling as hard as they can. Unbelievable. That must have been the sim racing lap of the year.
This is the battle for the 4th place, Max, and it has been like the final grand battle of the for the podium.
Yeah, unbelievable.
The whole 2 laps of pure battle, and it's keep going on and on and on and on.
Yeah, as Kelvin T there says, what a move by Iman Danish. Absolutely, he came out of nowhere to get himself up into 4th place. So now just a reminder of that battle. It's now Iman Danish in 4th position, Jay Wong in 5th, Simon Sanchez in 6th, Ayman Haziq in 7th, and now Shami Azri has joined the fun as well. Although it looks like Jay Wong and Simon Sanchez are trying to push the cars as hard as they can to try and gain a bit of a gap. So we've got a group of 2, Jay Wong and Simon Sanchez, and a group of 3, Ayman Haziq, Shami Azri, they're involved as well. So unbelievable racing all throughout.
That was really a good race. Now Simon Sanchez trying to pull away from Jay Wong, but he didn't really manage to do it. And Jay,
very, very close.
Again!
It looks like Jay Wong is braking a lot earlier than they expected. But I think Jay is doing that to try and get a good exit out of the corners there. But just that level of anticipation, a little bit close when it comes to the braking coming into the Nick Wafdi show. Jay Wong, what a comeback. Absolutely. He's now up into 5th place. He is back to where he started from, and now there's really only one way for him to go, and that's down. So he's going to be really pushing hard to keep that 5th place position. But fantastic stuff there from Jay Wong. Simon Sanchez though still very close behind him, 0.7 seconds there. Ayman Haziq even closer towards Simon Sanchez. They've been battling for pretty much all race long. Coming up towards the final heavy braking zone here. Let's see if Ayman Haziq can do anything there. It looks like he tried to have a little bit of an overlap, but not quite quick enough to make that move stick as they go through there. And Shami Azri right at the back of the field there. He's just getting closer and closer and closer to the battle.
This might be a battle that Ayman Haziq, Simon Sanchez and Jay Wong would never forget for this event. Next, this might be it. You know, Simon Sanchez has been battling with Ayman Haziq for the past 30 laps?
Yeah.
And
it looks like
going.
all 45 minutes of this battle. And now it looks like Afiq Fadlan's managed to make that move work. A slipstream maneuver into turn 2, textbook stuff, managing to keep it around the outside there, and he manages to keep that car ahead of Nevsky Chin. So now that is a position change. Afiq Fadlan gains a position, Nevsky Chin loses one. And that is the battle further down the field there. Now coming up towards, and looks like actually Nevsky Chin has had to drop out after that particular overtaking maneuver. So Afif Adlan now in 10th place, Mazdi Mardini in 11th. Now, of course, the points only go down to the 10th place, so there's only points for top 10 in this race, and also in the AM race that's going to be coming up soon. SJX, Iman Danish, crazy today. He absolutely is. He's pushing very hard right now to try and catch up to Taki. 6.5 seconds with only 15 minutes to go. It is possible, but it's very, very hard.
It is possible, but how hard can it be? Because right now Iman Danis is actually defending himself between him and Jae Wong. Jae Wong is only 0.6 second behind.
And there you can see there the report from Omar Aziz, pit lane full of Assetto Corsa fans. The AC fans chanting for Jae Wong's name. A lot of drivers here from AC originally. And it's a nice little breeding ground for new talent when it comes to sim racing in these higher echelons there. But there's a lot of AC fans there who are cheering Jae Wong on, just as much as they're cheering Iman Danish, the teen wonder, along as well. Ayman Haziq braking hard along the inside there. Is he going to be able to get the drive out of the corner there? This battle has turned into a three-way battle for 6th place right now. Iman Danish and Jae Wong managing to run away from the front of the field there. Simon Sanchez dropping 2.7 seconds behind. You can see the gap has opened up quite a bit. Now coming down towards the braking zone here, both cars getting a little bit wide. It's interesting to see though, they are using very, very different racing lines, all three cars. So I think the setups between all three cars are very different indeed.
Yeah, we can see that different when they came out and go out of the track of the corner, Max. And we can see that different very, very much. You know, in fact, that we can see that the time and the gap keeping closer and wider from time to time.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting to see. I think all three drivers now are experimenting at this point in time to see if they can get an advantage with their driving style, or if they should try and minimize any disadvantage they have going through. But Shami Azri, a man with very few disadvantages, looking very racy behind Ayman Haziq right now. The Blue Steel Racing driver under a lot of pressure there from Shami Azri, our championship leader. We've seen how fast he is throughout the course of this championship, especially like through round one. He was absolutely going for it. But Umar is there commenting, what happened to Shami Azri? He was up ahead. Unfortunately, he dropped back quite a bit earlier on in the race due to quite a few issues, shall we say. But now he's trying to make a comeback of it. He can get a couple of positions up ahead if he can.
This is the problem that we talked about Shami Azri before. He got a pace, but the problem is he need to avoid the traffic, but this is not the blue flag traffic. Yeah, this is a traffic that fighting for position.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys aren't going to actually move over. They're going to do the best they can to keep him behind. Right now, 2 points is not going to be enough, I don't think, for Shami Azri in his battle with Avila Bahar. I know Avila Bahar, unfortunately, unable to take the start of the race this weekend, but it's going to be crucial for him, I think, to try and get as many points as possible for when Avila Bahar comes back and tries to challenge him again. But Mika Hakimi, what can you say about him? He's been out in the front for so long now. Right after the pit stops, once the pit stop cycled through, he's been at the front and he's managed to keep that gap between. Oh, good grief! That's Simon Sanchez. Just as we thought we could relax, he's managed to get the car very sideways on the exit curb there. And what was I saying about that exit curb? It was very slippery. If you get too far wide there, you will spin. Let's have a look at that instant replay. Simon Sanchez managing to open up a bit of a gap here. But he is using a lot of Austria, a lot of tarmac right now. Ooh, he just snaps on him. He snaps on it. An unbelievable driving from those two drivers to actually avoid an incident. Unbelievable.
That was a good reaction time by both driver, Ayman Haziq and Shami Azri over there.
Unbelievable stuff indeed. Ayman now further behind. Simon Sanchez now further behind than he started. And he's going to have some serious trouble. Meanwhile, this battle for 4th position is still going on. Iman Danish is gaining time on his best lap time there. Jae Wong is also improving his pace. So they're both responding to the pressure right now. And Jae Wong, it would be a feather in his cap if Jae Wong can get past the teenage boy wonder there. Iman Danish, who, as I was able to learn, he actually did his first event solo event recently. He's entered into Time Attack in a little Honda CRX, so it's wonderful to see, the talent from sim racing going into the real world of motorsports, albeit in the grassroots level, but hey, you got to start somewhere.
That's correct. That is 10 minutes remaining for this round 2 race, Max. And another thing is that we have to what we call that? We have maybe 6 or 7 laps left in this race.
So yeah, it's very close stuff there. 9 minutes to go in this race. 51 minutes have gone. 9 minutes left in the race. Mika Hakimi is in first place with Kavinder Singh in second. Mamataki is in third place with Iman Danish in fourth, followed by Jay Wong, Ayman Haziq, Shami Azri, Ayman Zubair, Simon Sanchez and Afiq Fadlan rounding out your top 10 here with 9 minutes to go in the race. And meanwhile, we have the poll up for driver of the day in the pro categories the nominees are Jay Wong, Ayman Haziq, Ayman Zubair and Pagvinder Singh, there is your nominations for driver of the day here, round 2 at the Red Bull rig. So do vote in the Facebook poll down below there. Absolutely fantastic drives from all 4 of them.
There you go. Mika Hakimi seems to have a better sector right there, Max.
Absolutely, really good sector.
Yes, that was a purple lap time.
Yeah, 1:29.546. Not actually that far off a qualifying lap time around here. So Mika Hakimi definitely putting the pressure on right now. He's actually gone 0.04 of a second faster than Kavinder Singh. Both drivers are pushing, I believe, very, very hard indeed. But it looks like Mika Hakimi is desperate to try and get into that winning feeling.
There you go. There you go, Max. Mika Hakimi is actually man in the mission. He is quite comfortable in front, actually. Max.
Absolutely, he is really comfortable in front there. He's actually gained in Sector 1 and Sector 2, and I think he is definitely, I wouldn't say cruising, it's still too close to call. I think the gap is still less than 2 seconds between himself and Kavinder Singh. 1.8 seconds the gap between Mika Hakimi and Kavinder Singh, so he still has to push as hard as possible in these next 8 laps or so. But beautiful driving right now. You can tell he's smooth, cool, calm, collected. He's got the poker face on. So very nice stuff indeed there. Just
we have seen that he's race face before.
Yeah. Meanwhile, this is a replay with Iman Danish and Jay Wong getting very sideways up there, just trying a little bit of rallycross here in the Styrian Mountains, but managing to control the car there. But that just goes to show how hard they're pushing. They're towards the end of the race there. The tyre grip is not that good. The car's a little bit worn out. You could actually tell that it's just needs a little bit of help through the corners there, but they're still pushing it as hard as possible. Shami Azri using all of the curb and then some in his quest to try and overtake Ayman Haziq. He's now up into 7th place, so he's gained 1 more position since the last we saw him, but he's getting very close to gaining yet another position. If he can get into the top 6, that's going to be a useful haul of points in him for him when it comes to the battle for the championship. Simon Sanchez now has to go into the pits. I'm not too sure why he's in at this late a juncture, but it looks like it might be a drive-through penalty for Simon Sanchez.
Yeah, that might be the thing. He is serving the drive-through penalty, I think.
Yes, of course. There is a system in iRacing. We also have our real-life stewards here, live stewarding happening on both races tonight. But of course, we have the iRacing stewarding system, the automated system to check for track violations, track limit violations. So he may have had too many track limit violations. He may have gone off the road too often there. But Shami Azri now, he is still trying to battle against Ayman Haziq. It's 0.4 of a second between those 2 drivers right now, and that's definitely slipstream zone. If he can get himself a little bit closer there, Shami Azri might be able to draft up past them.
This is the thing, Mac. Shami Azri do a good job on keeping his pace, but Ayman Haziq do a good job in defending his pace. Now Jay Wong going to the pit.
That's going to be another 2 positions. Yeah, another 2 positions dropped there for Jay Wong. He did a fantastic job to keep himself up to 5th place, but unfortunately It looks like another drive-through penalty has been served there for Jay Wong, and he drops down another 2 positions. He's going to be in 7th position there. Again, Shami Azri pushing very hard now. It's only 1/10 of a second between these two drivers. It's slipstream time, baby. All the way down towards turn 2, up the hill there, the very steep hill here. You could use that uphill momentum to try and break the car a little bit later. He's going to try and push him around the outside. Will he try and do it? That's fantastic maneuver there, just trying to force Ayman Haziq a little bit wide there, but they're still side by side coming down towards turn 3. It looks like Ayman's got a little bit more speed coming down towards the corner there. Will Shami be able to outbrake him coming down towards the inside? He has the inside line coming towards the outside there, and it looks like Ayman Haziq managing to keep the car side by side. They're still side by side over 1.5 kilometers later. Hard on the brakes there, and now it's Ayman Haziq that's got the inside line there, and it looks like he's just able to hold off Shami Azri. Ayman Haziq definitely earning his pay this time.
That was a good maneuver by both of the racers there, man.
Beautiful, clean racing to hold the cars side by side for that length of time. Unbelievable amount of skill on display right now. But now we have Iman Danish, who's had to go into the pits as well. I think this is another track limit violation there for Iman Danish.
Oh my god.
And it looks like Ayman Haziq and Shami Azri are going to overtake in this battle as well. And further back, Jay Wong is going to gain a position, I think. Let's see where they come out with Iman Danish and Jay Wong. Remember, they were battling coming out of the track there. It looks like Iman Danish just about managing to get ahead. But remember, Jay Wong is on hot tires and he's got the speed. He's got the draft now coming up towards turn 2. Almost so very close to overtaking Iman Danish in the pits there. But again, he's got hot tires, he's got hot brakes, he might be able to do something. Meanwhile, Shami Azri is going side by side with Ayman Haziq down towards turn 3. Hard on the brakes now as they go through the corner there. Shami Azri now trying to force him wide a little bit. Looks like Ayman Haziq being forced a little bit wide there. Shami Azri has to square off the corner to try and get some speed going through there, but Ayman Haziq manages to cover him on the inside, and yet again he's managed to keep the car ahead. The Blue Steel Machine still in 4th position. What a battle.
Wow, this is just wow, Mac. Yeah. Another attempt and another breakdown by Ayman Haziq there. Oh, this battle, this race has been an emotional up and down roller coaster for us.
Absolutely. Umar Aziz, our pit lane correspondent there, he's actually got the stopwatches out again, and he can report that Mika is running 0.2 of a second faster than Kelvinda, roughly between 1.7 to 2.1 seconds there, so an average of 2 seconds a lap quicker than Kelvinda Singh, and it looks like Mika might just be able to hold him off for the next couple of laps there. Mika Hakimi coming around the corner there. 58 minutes have passed in this 1 hour race. It'll be time plus a lap as they go around here, but Kelvinda Singh, fantastic job that he's done all day to keep that car in 2nd position. I think a win has to be around the corner soon.
He is doing a fantastic job, Max. His past race is the 3rd place, and this time he's in the 2nd place, and he keeping that position for quite some times. Oh my god. Now we have like maybe 2 laps to go, I think. Yeah,
absolutely. We do have 2 laps left in this race coming up fairly soon, but it's some pretty exciting stuff indeed. Further down the field, we've got Shami Azri and Ayman Haziq in 4th and 5th positions. Still not quite it looks like Shami Azri is still not quite able to let it go at this point in time, but he's had a fantastic race as well. That drive from the back of the field up to 5th place has been fantastic stuff. That comeback drive.
Again, an unfortunate things for Iman Danish. Last race has been a bit unfortunate for him, and this race again the same thing happened to Iman Danish. But Kelvinda managed to hold on into position for the Hyperbulls Racing.
Absolutely, we can see that Ayman Zubair and Afi Fadlan having a bit of a battle right now. We have reached time. It'll be 1 more lap to go for Mika Hakimi. Fairly soon we will see the white flag come out, and when we see the white flag come out, we will know that it is 1 lap left in the race. coming up towards the battle here. We can see Ayman Zubair trying to defend around the outside there. Afiq Fadlan coming up towards the inside. It's going to be an outbreaking maneuver for both drivers there. Oh, and the checker flag is out. So this has been the last lap, and Mika Hakimi is about to cross the line and take home the win with Kalvinder Singh right behind him in second place. What a race there from Mika Hakimi. Absolutely fantastic stuff. You can see the smile of the face there. And there we have it. Absolutely fantastic stuff. He is pleased with his efforts in that race. Unbelievable driving there from Mika Hakimi. And you can tell he is definitely pleased with that. A bit of a thumbs up to the camera there. And to all of his fans at home. Absolutely fantastic racing from Mika Hakimi.
He managed to complete the race without any flaws, Max. Without any flaws. That was a good dedication and a good preparation, I would say.
Yes, absolutely. Driving a little bit like his namesake Mika Häkkinen there, just keeping the car up front without any dramas. Meanwhile, there's battle between Shami Azri and Ayman Hazik and Shami Azri. 0.101 second was the gap between Ayman Hazik and Shami Azri. That was a photo finish for fourth place. Unbelievable stuff there. We didn't quite see what happened coming out of the final corner there, but we're going to have to see that in a replay fairly soon. Unbelievable stuff there. And it looks like Ayman Zubair having to finish the race in the pits, perhaps running out of fuel or perhaps needing to serve that penalty.
Oh, Max.
Let's have a look at that finish again. That's Shami Azri trying to overtake on the inside there. Not quite enough real estate, not quite enough of the Styrian Mountains to do it in. But that was a brilliant, brilliant battle from Shami Azri and a great fight back.
This has been a roller coaster all over the place, Max. Up, down, red, tam, tum, tam, pam, plop. Everything happened in the race. Yeah. Oh my God, I cannot say anything.
That's probably the best way to describe it. I know I'm the more well spoken of the two of us two usually, but I couldn't put it better myself.
Yeah, we see that. Iman Danish, what happened? Shami Azri, what happened? Then suddenly, bam!
Yeah.
This is the result for tonight. A provisional result for tonight races for this pro category.
Absolutely. We have Mika Hakimi, our provisional winner of the round 2 pro class with Kalvinder Singh in second place. Taki is in third with Ayman Hazik in fourth place. Shami Azri in fifth. Ayman Danish in sixth. Jay Wong in seventh. Afiq Fadlan in eighth. Mazdi Mardini in ninth. And Simon Sanchez in 10th place. And we have our winner of driver of the day in the pro class, Jay Wong.
Oh, okay, I would say he deserved that things, Max. He deserved driver of the day. Why? Because what happened? He is in the 15th place and he finished 7th place. 7th place, Max.
Absolutely brilliant.
And he managed to get 5th place also.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant stuff there from Jay Wong. He definitely deserved driver of the day for sure. But that is a fantastic run there indeed. But you have to talk about Kalvinder Singh. He's definitely helped himself big time. Of course, Mika Hakimi has helped himself really quite a lot in the championship standings. But Kalvinder Singh, I believe, provisionally, of course, we haven't got the mathematics sorted out yet. We both failed in class. But I do believe that Kalvinder Singh might actually be in the lead of the championship.
Yeah, that might be a thing, Mac, because last race Kalvinder Singh got 3rd place.
Yes.
And this race he got 2nd place. So he might be on that 1st or 2nd place, I think.
He should be there or thereabouts. So we had Avila Bahar as one of the challengers for Shami Azri. Now we have a new challenger in Kalvinder Singh, and of course Mika Hakimi has gotten very, very close together there. And as our pit lane correspondent Umar Aziz there is saying, the guys are cheering over a fantastic race. Congratulations to Mika and to Jay Wong for that fantastic run of events. So we're going to take a quick break, but do stay tuned, because if you thought the pro race was absolutely amazing, the AM race in the TCR touring cars is going to be absolutely unbelievable. So do stick around. We'll be right back after these messages.
LamboPlace. LamboPlace. LamboPlace.
and welcome back to the Trumpet International Racing E-Series. We just had to put the cans back on there. So yes, we just had to make sure all of the equipment's in view. We were literally just talking to some of the guys behind the scenes there as to how crazy that pro race was, and we just had to rush back there. So I'll say that again. Welcome back to the Trumpet International Racing E-Series, and we are back here round 2 at the Red Bull Ring, this time with the touring cars and the AM category.
This is gonna be awesome.
Oh,
This is gonna be awesome, Max. We see what happened with that 911 GT3 car.
Yep, and these guys are generally considered to be the neater, tidier sort of craftsmen of the racing world. But I think with the TCR guys, we're going to see a lot more action. They're not going to care too much about the sausage curves, and I think we're going to see a lot of side-by-side action throughout the course of this race.
So this is the standing for the last race, which is right now Hanan is on the first place. Hanan is from South Korea, and then on the second place we have Zainul Hazim and Shukran Mokhtar on the third place.
Absolutely. In fourth position is Sharon Nora Fudin, with Muhammad Uzair in fifth and James Russell in sixth position.
And on the seventh position, it's Malvinderjit Singh and Shami Aizan on the eighth place. Muhammad Muhaimin is on the ninth place. We have Aldo Ray Balagulen on the 10th place. For tonight, we have 20 above driver. I guess
Yes.
it's 22 or 23.
Absolutely. We have drivers from Indonesia there. We see Lloyd Lachlan in the practice session right now. We see all three of them, Wong Jan, Jeffrey Kun, and Fred Thing from Brunei. Sorry,
yeah.
and Abdul Hakim as well from Brunei. And of course, as you mentioned earlier, we have Han An from Indonesia, Rinaldi Edo from Han An from South Korea, Rinaldi Edo from Indonesia, and Francis Matrilla also from the Philippines, along with Balagulan.
And suddenly come from Indonesia.
We're trying to put ourselves back together just ever so slightly here.
We need to collect the information, like everything, you know.
So yeah, now we are, as we see the points position, it's going to be a big battle between Han An and Zainal Hazim. Let's see if we can go off to the racetrack fairly soon for the qualifying session.
We are actually expecting more action for this race, Max.
Absolutely, we'll probably get double the action in 45 minutes or less. So now we are at the track here. 7 minutes have passed in this qualifying session, and Shami Aizan is now on pole position. Rinaldi Edo is in second place, and Han An is in third position. A very international top three right now. So Zero Blinker there commenting, what a great race just now. Can't wait to see 22 cars doing that. We definitely can't wait to see this happen. We're all sat there looking very, very excitedly indeed. Ayman Haziq, what a good race. Yes, indeed, it was.
Indeed, it was a good
very,
race.
very entertaining race, let's just say.
It was very, very, very entertaining.
So now, and of course, Zainal Hazim saying congrats to all the winners. Zainal Hazim, of course, fighting for the championship lead right now. He's in 5th position. So with 8 minutes past in the qualifying session, let's have a look at the top 10 as it stands. Shami Aizan in 1st place, Rinaldi Edo in 2nd, Han An in 3rd, James Russell in 4th, Zainal Hazim in 5th, Muazzam Zair aka Gaskun in 6th place. Sharil Norafuddin has just been overtaken by Malvinder Jit Singh. So it's Malvinder Jit Singh in 7th, Sharil Norafuddin in 8th, Abdul Hakim in 9th, and Muhammad Shukran in 10th place.
Oh, we can see that between 1 to 10th place, it's only 1 second gap. For 10 car and 1 second gap, and this happened in the last race, and we can see how much action there is.
Absolutely. These drivers are very, very close to each other right now. So we can see that Han An trying to improve his lap time. Let's see if he can do it. Not quite able to do it. It's 142.7. He's going to need to do another lap to try and get out there. Sharon Norafuddin has gone faster again in the second sector. And let's see where he comes up to. It looks like he is unable to... I was going to say he was unable to improve his lap time, but he was only off by 1,000th of a second. So at least he is very consistent. Yes. James Russell right now. James Russell right now, he's managed to pull off a very fast first sector, but he's unable to improve on that. So he's gone back into the pits there, perhaps waiting to do another run. Abdul Hakim going very quickly right now on the track. Let's see if he can improve his position.
Right now he's in the 9th position.
He decides not to complete the lap. Of course, if they do complete the lap, it counts towards their quota. They're only allowed basically 4 laps in this 15-minute session. So if they are unable to improve on their lap time, you will generally see them stop and try again. That's another one of those wonderful Biff Racing liveries, and that's Gaskun Muazzam Zairi in 6th place. Let's see if he can improve going through the corners here. And the interesting thing is you can actually see how much rotation he's able to put in the car on the entry into the corners there. If you look at the back wheels, he actually gets the car into a small slide before he gets towards the apex of the corner. That just helps these front wheel drive cars to turn a little bit better.
And it's happened to do to be a technique that this driver have to do to make it better. It's not like the last car.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's will get you haywire, but this car, you definitely need to do that.
Yeah, you definitely want to turn the car around, get some positive rotation, and you can really slide the car around quite a bit. So some of the comments there from the pit lane. Korean driver in Korean car. Yes, absolutely. And it's a Korean top 3 in terms of cars there. Hyundai take the first 3 positions. Of course, we have Lloyd Lachlan out there doing a qualifying run at the moment there. Muazzam Zairi doing quite well there. And the ASEAN Oceania mob are out in force. So the Asia Pacific guys all up and down the leaderboard right now. So we've had a very international turnout for this race.
Yeah, it's very colorful. We have people from Malaysia, Indonesia, South Korea, Brunei, Philippines. We have not to mention we have Light, which is from Aussie.
Yes, absolutely fantastic stuff indeed. The entire field all within 3 seconds of each other. Michael Hafiz, go, go, go. And there you have it. Michael Hafiz, a Toda athlete, Toda sponsored athlete, and a fairly fierce sim racer himself. We've seen him do quite well in a lot of these sim racing series, and you can tell the boss there, Michael, that these seats are really nice.
Yeah. I agree with that. All the best, Hyperballs, and good luck, everyone. That was from Ayman Zubey. He was actually fighting for position just now.
Absolutely brilliant stuff there.
Wow. Go Bangsa H by Michael Hafiz.
He's a big Honda fan. He's actually a fan of this particular Honda as well. He has been tuning one up recently, this particular Honda FK Civic Type R.
I think he owned this car.
Yeah.
Right. Damn.
So yeah, we'll love to see how quick they're going to go out.
He gonna race this car?
Yeah. So he will be driving that car, I think, on the track sometime soon. I don't think he's going to be racing it, but he will definitely be driving it out on track there. So there you have it. Before we head out towards the grid there, the AM class top 10 standings once more. Han An is defending his lead from Zainal Hazim, but both those drivers are going to be pushing very hard indeed. We heard from Han An in the post-race show for the previous round that he thinks there's going to be quite a few drivers out there that can really challenge him at the top of the leaderboard. And let's hope we can see them in action today.
It seems that what happened in the qualifying actually it changed the total view of the last race, Max.
Absolutely. And speaking of post-race shows, where we mentioned that interview with Han An, do stay tuned for tomorrow, where we will be having a post-race show as well at the usual time, this time on Tuesday. And we have a very, very special guest.
That was a very special guest. When we tell you it's a very special guest, it is really, really special.
Absolutely. So get all the highlights from the race, all of our in-depth reviews, interviews with the stars, as well as some content from our very, very special guest, which we will reveal at the end of this race.
So we are actually waiting for them to gridding, I think.
Absolutely. So we're waiting for them to go up towards the grid right now for the race. Let's see if he's about to, if they're about to head up there. They're going to take some time. So about
30 seconds.
About 30 seconds left before they head out towards the grid there. So, I mean, just to take you through what we think is going to happen at the first lap of the race there. I mean,
4 wide.
Yes, there's going to be that for sure, and there's going to be 4 wide going through some of the corners there, and also turn 1, turn 2, and turn 3, big braking zones there. There's going to be quite a lot of drama.
So Omar, tell us that, okay, you guys can comment what happened in the first few laps, at least for the first turn.
Yeah.
Let the comment in, guys. Let us know what do you think about the first turn. This is a TCR cars, and they are standing start in this race. And the first turn, like I said earlier, let us know.
It's going to be very, very special indeed. Sami Aizan is on pole position for Hyperbulls GT. Rinaldi Edo for Gayatri Sim Racing is in second position. In third place is Han An from South Korea, and in fourth position James Russell of Stratos Motorsports. Zainal Hazim is in fifth, followed by Muazzam Zairi, aka Gaskun, Biff Racing driver there, doing very well for himself in his iRacing debut. Malvinder Jit Singh is in seventh, followed by Sharil Norafuddin, Abdul Hakim, Muhammad Shukran, Francis Petrillo, and Wan Lee Kui. Muhammad Shukran, a real jack of all trades. They're great in racing, rallying, and all sorts of other good stuff indeed. Francis Petrillo is in 11th with Wan Lee Kui in 12th, William Wong in 13th, Leong Munfai in 14th, followed by Aldo Ray, Muhammad Mohaimin, Fred Thing, Wong Jan, Jeffrey Con, Lloyd Lachlan, Jasri Junos, and Jensen Chu. A stacked field this time round.
22 races and this track.
So now we're about to go green. The tension is rising in the cockpit right now. A minute to go. You've seen the minute signboard come up. And we can see some of the drivers still popping in, still loading up at the moment as we speak. The lights are about to come on. We have the 5 red lights. They're about to go on. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights are on. And away we go. A standing start and a brilliant start for our pole sitter, Shami Azan. Coming up towards the first corner there, and James Russell has a fantastic start as well. A defensive maneuver there, a nice come in towards the inside and the outside there, and they touch. Going through the first corner there, they touch, and further back behind the field we have cars going all over the place there through turns 1. What did we say coming through that first corner?
They took your advice, Max. Okay, just keep it wide.
Well, that's a good thing there, but we do have a spinner right now, and that's Malvinderjit Singh. So that's a really quick driver there that's been dropped down towards the tail end of the field, and he is down in 22nd position. Right now they're going through turn 2 at the moment, and just about managing to get themselves through there cleanly, but as you can see there's cars still going two wide, 3 wide. Even towards the back half of the field there, we have cars flashing their lights there and trying to get any space they can coming towards the field. Now, as you can see, coming through the braking zone, Michael says, wow, absolutely. Big chance there going through turn 3, and you can see the cars there. A lot of overtakes being happening all at one time. Amazingly, not that much wreckage.
Wow, that was a good race. We were expecting more than that in turn 1, Max.
Absolutely, but the action is still going on strong right now. Jasri Junos is having to defend around the outside here. Let's see if he can brake hard towards the towards the outside of the corner. We have Lloyd Lachlan behind him and Leung Mun Fai ahead of him. It's going to be very difficult going around the chicane section here and in towards the final 2 corners of the lap there. Jasri Junos still trying to hold it alongside Leung Mun Fai, coming hard on the braking zone here, but Leung Mun Fai is managing to get ahead into the final 2 corners there, but he is under a lot of pressure from Lloyd Lachlan behind him, and this could be very exciting coming up towards the first corner. Meanwhile, in 7th place is Francis Matrillo, putting a lot of pressure there on Rinaldi Ado, and Mohazam Zaire Gaskun is right behind there in 8th place. A fantastic start for him.
That was a long train, Max. That was a long train. And right now, Francis Matrillo trying to get a hole into it and trying to get a Rinaldi Ido, and will he get it in the second turn? We see he's trying to get outside. Oh, that's a bit of touch there.
Just a little bit of a rugby tackle to push him alongside there, but of course this is touring car racing. You are going to expect a little bit of damage to the paintwork.
Yeah. That was like ketepi sikit. That was something like that, you know. That was a signal like, hey, this is my race line, don't worry.
Absolutely. Muazzam diving in towards the inside of the corner there. He's got a lot of pace in comparison to Francis Matrillo. Meanwhile, Muhammad Sukran is really trying to make the move stick with Han An. He's going to go around the inside, around turn 4. We've seen a lot of difficulty around this corner there, but they're going to go side by side again through the second part of this left-hander. Very close indeed there. Han An has to go wide through the chicane section there, but he's kept the foot down. He's kept that throttle. He's kept the boost up in that 2-litre turbocharged engine as he comes up towards the braking side. They have a little bit of a touch there. They are rubbing door handles as they come towards the inside of the corner there, here through Wright and Clark bends, very close to each other there now, and it looks like Han An's able to get it through. Brilliant racing. You couldn't drive 2 race cars closer together if you tried. And now we've got some battling going on behind there between Wan Li Kui there, who is in 11th position and really hassling Abdul Hakim by quite a lot there. Rinaldi Ado further up the field there is battling with Muhammad Shukran right now, and this battle is been going on for quite some time there. Look at how close all of the cars are. The entire timing board is lit up with yellow and red gaps and intervals right now, and we see that Zainal Hasim there, he is making moves right now. He wants to get as far away from Han An and as close to Shami Aizan as he can. He has a beautiful overtaking maneuver there with James Russell. Meanwhile, Mohammed Shukran is trying his hardest to get past Francis Matrillo right now, and it looks like coming down towards turn 3 there is a whole bunch of cars that could be changing position here. Unbelievable stuff there. I don't even know where to begin with this battle, but it looks like Mohammed Shukran might be able to try and back it into the inside there around Francis Matrillo there. Francis Matrillo is backing it in around with Mohamed Shukran there, coming down towards the braking zone here. Let's see if Shukran can do anything. Oh, they touch.
Oh.
Francis keeps his foot down to try and straighten the car up, but he has to go very wide on the gravel there. Very unfortunate there from Francis Matrillo, but he has the pace. I think he can make some moves happen later on down there. Meanwhile, towards the just ahead of them, they're still fighting absolutely tooth and nail, hammer and tongs right now, coming down towards the braking zone here. Let's ride on board with Sharon Norafuddin. He has a grandstand seat of this battle as he comes through the final two corners here. Hard on the brakes, hard on the throttle, hard on the brakes again, and it looks like Abdul Hakim's able to keep it ahead of him, and Wan Likui managing to stay ahead of Shahril Norafuddin, but that won't last for too long. Mika Hakimi, our pro category race winner, saying what we're all thinking. He said what we were all thinking. Oh my God, yes.
He know what inside our head, Max. He knows what inside our head. And there we go, Jensen Chu is trying to get William Wong in front. William Wong, another name from AC, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of guys there coming in from AC and proving they have the talent to race at this level in iRacing. Of course, you can argue that they still need to learn about the subtleties and the intricacies of iRacing, but I think they've managed to equate themselves very well with this sim. It's a lot more realistic and a lot more harder driving. Zero Blinker Pro says the action in these cars is insane. Look at those intervals. Yes, the intervals between the words and coming out of my mouth are also very close together at this moment in time. I have never had to speak so much in my life.
That was a good one. Now, Sharinoff with he has been trying to get Wan Likui for quite some times. For the past 4 laps, they have been fighting, and has been fighting over and over again. Oh, this is the
this is the replay of the start, and there's cars going 5 wide coming to turn 1 there, and it looks like there's a little bit of contact there. Gascoigne getting the car very sideways and very wide there. That's why Malvinder Jetsing, he ended up in the long lap for the MotoGP race, which is not really meant for touring car parking, but unfortunately he got sent into there. They tried to go 5 wide into turn 1.
5 wide, Max.
We're trying to give you as much information as we can. Do hang on, do stay with us. Shahril Norafuddin's going to try and go around right now, and it looks like they're going to try and dive in towards the inside. The Hyperbulls driver not quite able to do it on Wan Likui, but he is close enough to try and close up onto the rest of the group there. Macam Hafiz saying, jangan lupa bernafas, Max. Yes, saya akan cuba. I'll try to breathe. Coming down towards the braking zone here. Look at that. They're hard on the brakes now. Very hard indeed, and it looks like there's an overtaking maneuver there. Yes. 1 overtaking maneuver, and would it be 2? Not quite, but they're now side by side coming down towards there. He has to close the door there. Abdul Hakim has to try and do something to close up that gap between those two drivers there, but it looks like that's not happening. It's going to be too wide, and a bit of a defensive maneuver there from Abdul Hakim, and Shahril Norafuddin tries to hang the car in around the inside there. Will he be able to hang on to it? The Hyundai has the traction coming out of the corner there, but it looks like Shahril Norafuddin finally gets it ahead of Abdul Hakim. But Aldo Ray Balagulan and Francis Matrillo, the two teammates from the Philippines, are also joining up to the back of this action, and there is another 5-car battle, and I think that's going to really blow up there. Again, the Adrenaline Impact midfield battle. This race is the Adrenaline Impact all of the field battle.
All the field. We see 5-car battling, 3 cars battling, 4-car battlings, and now another 5-car battlings. This driver are insanely fast. Correct, Abang Afar. That was actually correct. These drivers are actually fast, and these drivers are very, very skillful. I would say
absolutely, and that's saying something coming from Afiq Fadlan from AFA. He's a very quick driver. He's in the pro category race, but this amateur category race is blowing me away. Absolutely fantastic. Battling all throughout the field. We are 8 minutes into the race, and look at that timing board. All of the cars are less than a second between each other. You see all of these long 4-car, 5-car battles happening all throughout the field there. This is a 5-car battle there. That's Abdul Hakim who has a grandstand seat to Shahril Norafuddin. Again, and that concertina effect coming towards turn 2 coming into play again for this battle. But Abdul Hakim there trying to look for a way around the outside, but the other drivers as well looking all around to try and see what they can do. Meanwhile, James Russell rather quietly has snuck his way into third position right now. Jami Azri there with the nickname George Russell is really fast, yes.
He is fast, man. He is fast. Now Han An is actually trying to get George Russell in front. James Russell. Hey, Han An is actually trying to get James Russell in front.
Sorry, we're still running on Pentium 3 processors. Just give us a moment. But that's Malvinderjit Singh there in 15th position, still having a whale of a time trying to hold off Jensen Chu that's behind him. He's also another Biff Racing driver from the world of AC. Fantastic stuff there throughout the course of the events here. This is a replay of James Russell throwing the car into the corner there and using all of Austria that he's allowed to use, as much of Austria as he is allowed to use. And that just goes to show why he is gaining all that time. Of course, if you run out wide too far, you will get a 1x, you will get penalties there, but you have a certain amount of times you are allowed to go off track before you start to get penalized. All the drivers know what that figure is at the start of the race, and obviously I guess you can use it a little bit to your advantage. But James Russell is in a little bit of a tight squeeze right now because he's got Rinaldi Edo behind him and he's got Han An ahead of him. And Han An is in an even more of a tight squeeze because he's got Zainal Hazim, his championship foe, up ahead. So these two are battling for the lead of the championship. Han An and Zainal Hazim, that is the battle for the lead of the championship right now. Muhammad Shukran right now, he's still taking names out there. He's done it in racing, he's done it in rallying, he's done it in AC, he's done it just about everywhere, and now he's done it at the Red Bull Ring on his teammates. So Muhammad Shukran moves up ahead of Muhammad Mohaimin.
They were fighting each other. I was like, no, this is my spot. No, this is my spot. That's what happened between Muhammad Shukran and Muhammad Mohaimin just now. And now Muhammad Shukran are trying to get away from Muhammad Mohaimin. Maybe he's trying to catch up with Gaskun in front.
Absolutely. Of course, Shukran and Gaskun has had a little bit of battling before. And they definitely have quite a bit of fun there. But I just would like to point out that Muhammad Shukran and Muhammad Mohaimin are actually basically teammates. So that makes this battling even better. They just love to have a bit of a fight, a bit of a go. There's no team orders in that particular camp, I can assure you of that much. Rinaldi Edo, meanwhile, he is still putting the pressure on James Russell. 0.3 of a second right now between those two drivers. Between James Russell in the Audi in 4th position, Rinaldi Edo in the Hyundai in 5th place. Rachel Hafiz says, come on Zai, that is definitely the driver he's going to be pushing for. Rinaldi Edo tries to overtake there and succeeds. James Russell tries to defend, but unfortunately Rinaldi just got a better draft coming out of the corner there. Now, of course, can James Russell now start the counter-attack by drafting right back up to the back of Rinaldi Edo?
That was a good overtaking maneuver, Max. That is really good. We would see an overtaking maneuver on the corner, but now it's in a straight way.
Yes, we are drafting past like NASCAR, ladies and gentlemen, here at the Red Bull Ring. Of course, nobody really appreciates how high speed this track is. You've got a lot of sections where you're sat there in 5th gear, 4th gear. Even the second part of the lap is quite fast. Meanwhile, Malvinderjit Singh sliding in on the inside of William Wong right now. William going all around the outside, giving plenty of space to Malvinderjit Singh. That is a smart maneuver because he could try and keep the speed up for this next corner. Let's see if William Wong can fight back. Melvin on the outside, William on the inside. Will he be able to hold him off? And yes, he does. But it's still not over yet. They're still on the outside there. And it looks like William's able to close off the battle. A bit of a touch there, but William keeps his foot flat on the floor. Unbelievable car control there. Absolutely flat out. Gets the car completely sideways after a tap from Malvinderjit Singh there. And he keeps the position. Unbelievable stuff.
He was like, I don't care. I need to do this. And that is what happened between him and Malvinderjit Singh just now. Now Francis Metrillo in front, trying to get Aldo Balagulan. Both are the same team.
Yes, indeed. And Aldo Rebel and Francis Petrillo, these two drivers, incidentally, they are quite happy to battle with each other as long as possible. And this is another battle as well. I mean, this battle's all over the place there. But Jasri Junos, Jensen Chu, and Fred Ting, we're having a focus on Jensen Chu, who's on the middle of this battle, but he won't be for long. He's managing to draft up alongside there, and this is perfect NASCAR tactics here. Who are you going to draft? Who are you going to draft? Who's going to be ahead? And it looks like Fred Ting had to back off a little bit there, but it looks like Jasri Chuno is able to keep it. Is he able to keep it? Not quite. Jensen Chu is now on the inside. He doesn't quite have to drag out of the corner there. And now just Fred Ting knows who to try and draft. He's going to try and draft up behind Jasri Junos there. Let's see if he can try and make an overtaking maneuver coming down towards the braking zone here. Not quite able to do it. No, he is actually able to do it. Coming around the outside of the corner there and just about managing to keep the car in between. They're going to go 3 wide towards turn 4. This is not going to happen. And Fred Ting wisely decides to back off. It got a little bit terrible through there, but there was another impact further on between these two drivers. They are elbows out right now as they're coming around the corner here, hard on the brakes and towards the chicane there. That was incredible stuff. They were 3 wide going through there and they managed to save it somehow.
Max, I don't know who to give for the driver of the day. There is 3 wide all over the place. There is a lot of train and
Jensen Chu perhaps. Oh, that's a big impact.
God.
Again, they tried to go 3 wide just as we were trying to talk about that. They instantly go 3 wide again, and Jensen unable to pull himself out of a second sandwich this time around, and he's gonna have a little bit of damage there. Meanwhile, Francis Petrillo and Aldo Rey Balagulan, they are still fighting pretty hard right now in 12th and 13th positions. And still, it's getting into that tactical part of the battle there as well. And of course, they have another driver up ahead in Abdul Hakim there. Meanwhile, we do, of course, have our wonderful giveaway with LamboPlace. Get 12 ringgit off with a minimum purchase of 40 ringgit. By clicking on the link to shop at adrenalineImpact.com/LamboPlace. The link is in the comments section down below. Using the code LBPER12 from 25th of March to the 29th of April 2022, you will be able to get 12 ringgit off on any purchase over 40 bucks. Limited to the first 500 peeps. So ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
I'm trying to overtake over here. Will he manage to overtake?
Around the outside. Oh, yes!
Oh, that was
that was a very good move that Hanan made around Zainal Hazim there. Unbelievable stuff.
Long to overtake. He was like, okay, I can do this.
And it's happening again. And it's happening again. It looks like that's Ronaldo, trying to, with Zainal Hazim having to defend around the outside of Ronaldo. They are driving on the inside, on the outside, and through the middle of some of these battles right now. But this is the battle for second position, and it's only 2.7 seconds away from the first place right now. Han An managing to get himself up into second place now. He is ahead of his championship rival Zainal Hazim, but Shami Aizan is also in with a chance to fight for the championship if he can pull off this race win. But of course, you have James Russell behind him. You have Gaskun, Muazzam Zairi doing a fantastic job yet again for a rookie. And Muhammad Shukran, a very experienced driver, further back in 7th position. Muhammad Muhaimin in 8th, and Sharan Nurfuddin is in 9th, and Wan Li Kui rounds out our top 10. But this battle is really going to be hotting up quite a bit throughout the course of the race there. Let's have a look at this instant replay. That's Ronaldo Edo putting a move on James Russell, hard on the brakes there. Let's see if he can make it stick. He just about managed to pull the car up there and get himself another position.
That was a good move. Oh, Ronaldo Edo he will try to catch Zainal Hazim in front, which is for the third position. Ronaldo Edo still 0.2 gap, and it's been maybe like 2 laps behind. They are fighting together because Han An managed to overtake Zainal Hazim in the last lap.
So yeah, absolutely, they're still fighting for positions here. Zainal Hazim is still right behind Han An, and that is definitely slipstreaming distance for all three drivers. Again, remember what I said in the pro race. For the car in the middle, you're going to get a lot of advantage for running in second place, but the guy behind also has a huge tow. They've got 2 cars worth of tow, 2 cars worth of drafting, 2 cars worth of slipstreaming. Meanwhile, Shahril Nuruddin's going to try something around the outside of Muhammad Muhaimin here. No, not quite able to do it, but he will be able to get the drive out of the corner there. So there's 2 overtaking maneuvers coming towards turn 3 right now. Let's have a look at Shahril Nuruddin if he's able to make that move stick on Muhammad Muhaimin. He's very close indeed. You can even read the serial number on the rear bumper of that car. Hard on the brakes there. He's going to try it around the outside. Will he be able to make it stick? No, not quite able to do it. Just a little bit too shallow on entry. But there's another car overtaking there. And it looks like there's that battle is still going on. Meanwhile, Francis Matrillo and Abdul Hakim is going to go side by side there. Wanli Kui also having a bit of a battle with Shahril Nuruddin and Muhammad Muhaimin further up the road there. But Francis Matrillo trying to make it move on the around the outside of Abdul Hakim, still on the outside. Now it switches back and he's now on the inside. Again, brilliant maneuver there to try and get him up ahead. Now Abdul Hakim has to try and tuck back in order to try the counter-attack.
That was such a brilliant move done by Francis Matrillo. And now Abdul Hakim is actually sandwiched by Francis Matrillo and Aldo Ray Balagulan, which is in the same team. What would Hakim do right now? He needs to defend and attack at the same time.
Yeah. And here's another person who's decided to attack. He's having to defend and attack at the same time. Zainal Hazim putting a move on Han An, our championship leader. This is the battle for the championship right now. And we have Rinaldi Edo behind him. Again, an outside chance for the championship. So this has huge championship implications throughout the course of this race. Coming down towards turn 3 there. It looks like Zainal Hazim has the drive coming up towards turn 2. And coming down towards turn 3 there. Rinaldi Edo, meanwhile, has a fantastic drive. Fantastic draft coming out of the corner there. Just about tries to make it work around the outside there. Zainal Hazim does give him the option, the space, in case it all goes a bit wrong. But now just about they keep their positions. But Rinaldi Edo putting a lot of pressure on Zainal Hazim at this point.
Now Rinaldi Edo is actually trying really hard. Oh, we need to see. This is the replay on how Shahril Nuruddin are trying to get past Muhammad Muhaimin, I think.
Yep, not quite able to. Well, actually, he was able to do it. For a second there, it looked like they both bogged down a little bit, but it looks like Shahril Nuruddin managing to keep that car ahead. But meanwhile, up at the front, it's Zainal Hazim in 3rd position, still chasing hard after after Han An and Shami Aizan. Meanwhile, he's pulling away because those two are battling. Meanwhile, this battle here between Aldo Ray Balagulan and Abdul Hakim still fighting very hard amongst each other. They're quite close together right now, 0.3 of a second coming down towards turn 1. Let's see if the wily Philippine driver will be able to try and make a move stick. It won't happen in turn 1, but will it happen in turn 2?
That is the thing, Max. When you chasing, right, like what this is what happened when you keep on chasing one person, you need to follow his pace. But if he make mistake, you will also follow the mistake.
Yes, there we go. And again, we're switching. We keep switching between battles so much right now. I'm starting to lose my place in the race here. That's Zainal Hazim right now, who's still trying to make the move on Han An around the inside, around the outside there. Zainal Hazim very close to Han An. This is a fantastic battle that's been going on towards the race there. He tries it around the outside. Will he actually make it around the outside? And not quite able to do it, but Zainal Hazim still very close and still looking for a way on the inside. He's trying to go around the inside. He's trying to force Han An around the outside there. Will he be able to try and make it work? Not able to do so. But you can see what Zainal Hazim's trying to do. He's trying to put Han An under a lot of pressure right now, but Han has been doing this for a very long time. Rinaldi Edo, meanwhile, he's spotted an opportunity. He's going to try and outbrake Zainal Hazim into the corner there, and he's managed to make that work. Unbelievable stuff there. Rinaldi Edo managing to make that turn stick, and Zainal Hazim comes into the pits right at the last second there. I think he saw the race going away from him, so he decided to head to the pits and try and refresh on his car there. Meanwhile, James Russell has just picked up another position because of that, and here comes all of the drivers coming into the pits. Muazzam is into the pits, Shukran is into the pits, Wanli Kui, Francis Matrillo and Abdul Hakim are into the pits as well. This is smart. they've been caught up in battles where they're losing time all the time. So it's worth it to just try and dive into the pits there. You can see Zainal Hazim make perhaps what was the last possible moment of decision in order to pull in. We saw that with Taki. He almost spun the car going into the pits. But Zainal Hazim with that last minute move in on the inside. Meanwhile, William Wong is still fighting there. That's Zainal Hazim going around the outside of William Wong. He's had a lot of action around him. Action basically following this man all the way up and down the leaderboard there. Zainal Hazim rejoins in 10th place. There's a lot of drivers up ahead that are still yet to pit.
So here you go, Max. What happened with Zainal Hazim just now was like, okay, I got overtake, then I just go to pit lah. But it works, Mac. It works.
Yep.
You have to reset everything, and that is how it works. But now, in front of them, there is still a lot of cars that haven't go and pit yet.
So yeah, that was in fact Malvinderjit Singh who was up ahead. He was in the Hyundai, not the Honda. And Zainal Hazim was actually behind this battle in 10th position. So William Wong was fighting with Malvinderjit Singh there for position. But you have to say the Biff Racing guys, all of them ex-AC drivers, and all of them making a relatively fresh start in iRacing. They're doing a fantastic job out there. Michael Hafiz comments, brilliant decision, Zai. It was actually. If you were stuck in that battle, you'd have to try and get out of it somehow.
Yeah, that was what happened with Aiman Haziq just now. We mentioned it also. Now everybody going to pit.
Literally everyone else.
Like we have Syamil Aizan, Ronaldo Ido, Hans and James Russell, Sharin Rafuddin, Muhammad Mohamed, Aldo Balagulan, Malvinderjit Singh, William Wong.
That literally is everyone else out on track. Let's see if Zainal Hazim is able to catch back up again. Syamil Aizan is out on pit exit. Han An is out on pit exit. Ronaldo Edo has managed to make the jump on James Russell, but Sharon Noorfuddin unable to make the jump on Zainal Hazim. He's going around the outside of the corner there. He's in 3rd position. He's got the speed on 2nd place, Han An, and he's managed to get himself back into 3rd place. Would you look at that? I think Michael Hafiz was right. That was an incredibly big brain move there from Zainal Hazim.
James Russell trying to get Ronaldo Ido. James Russell has been fighting for Ronaldo Ido for quite some time also. And Ronaldo Ido, Zainal Hazim, Han An and James Russell, they have been fighting for position for the whole lap.
So yeah, absolutely. And Umar Aziz there saying that must be one of his personal highlights in the race. That undercut that Zai did. They couldn't quite believe his eyes when he saw the car coming in right after that battle, but it has worked. Absolutely has worked. Meanwhile, Syamil Aizan has managed to come out of that entire mess with a bigger gap to Han An than before. It's 5 seconds between Syamil Aizan and Han An right now. Zainal Hazim is in 3rd position. Meanwhile, this is the battle with Abdul Hakim and William Wong still. Abdul Hakim has not had a very quiet race so far. He hasn't had much peace and quiet out on track. He's always been either attacking a driver up ahead or defending from a driver behind.
Now he's still defending from William Wong, which is around 0.07 second behind him. There we go, Zainal Hazim. He is man in the mission, trying to get Han An in front. I don't know how long this fight gonna be.
So there we have it. Race Control has reported start of the race. Lap 1 incident between 712, 17, 20 and 22, I believe, under investigation. So basically the start line praying at turn 1 is under investigation at the moment there. So we will see what will happen from that investigation. Meanwhile, Han An and Zainal Hazim are about to go side by side coming into turn 2. Will he be able to do it around the outside there? Zainal Hazim throws the car at the scenery. He manages to hang on to it around the outside. Now they're going to be a drag race going down towards turn 3. This is going to be epic. Who will be the braver driver? Who is going to lock up on the brakes? This is going to be a battle of the middle pedal coming down towards the braking zone here. Let's see if Han An can defend from Zainal Hazim. Zainal has the speed going around the outside. They touch. They are rubbing door handles now and rubbing fender flares as they're coming up towards the braking zone here. 50 meters. Braking hard there. Zainal Hazim tries to go around the inside there. Unbelievable stuff there. That's incredibly close indeed. Han An and Zainal Hazim, they're still side by side. This is for the championship lead, ladies and gentlemen, around the chicane there, around the outside there. Han An might be able to do it, and yes, he has in fact he has in fact defended that position, but Zainal Hazim will be coming back to him very, very shortly, I'm sure. And Ronaldo Edo is salivating at the back there. He is waiting for anything to happen between these two drivers, because he will be the big winner. Of course, with him leading James Russell right now, this could very well turn out to be a four-way race. Now Zainal Hazim's going to go on the inside with Han An on the outside. Zainal unable to close up on the gap there, but they're still very close to each other. Zainal Hazim able to pick up the racing line, and now it's all about slipstreaming. They're so close together right now. They're so close they could practically read each other's minds. And Zainal goes around the outside. He has no option there. Han An covers him off on the inside. Zainal on the outside. It's going to be another outbraking maneuver into turn 2. Will he be able to make it work? And Han An manages to claim the apex there. Ronaldo Edo is getting very, very close to this battle. This two-way battle just turned into a three-way fight, coming down towards the braking zone there, and hard on the throttle. It looks like Han An is just about able to keep that position, but Zainal Hazim's right behind him. Not too sure if that's going to happen there. It was unbelievable stuff there, but they're very close indeed. They have touched. I was not too sure what was going to happen there, if it was going to be a big accident or if it was going to be a brilliant overtaking maneuver there. But Zainal Hazim's lost a bit of speed going through turn 4, and now Ronaldo Edo is going to be very close together, and all of this is bringing the entire battle into the hands of James Russell. So this three-way battle has just turned into a four-way battle for second position. Meanwhile, Shami Aizan is running away off into the lead at the moment there. He's up to 5.8 seconds at the moment. Hard on the brakes as they come through the final two corners there. And just coming down towards the final corner there. Zainal Hazim still on the tail of Han An. This is unbelievable racing.
That is two straight lap battle between Han An and Zainal Hazim. What happened there? Zainal Hazim has been overtaking and being aggressive for the whole 2 laps, and Max is out of his breath.
Yeah, that was 2 laps of battling there, and it's still happening right now. Zainal Hazim's going to try and go around the outside. These guys are determined to have me completely run out of breath by the end of the race there. 31 minutes have passed in this 45-minute race. God help me if I could get some more oxygen. Hard on the brakes there, and it looks like Zainal Hazim might be able to go around the outside. Ronaldo Edo is going to go on the inside there. They're going to go side by side. Ronaldo Edo with a surprise attack, but Zainal Hazim there just trying to defend, trying to put the squeeze on Ronaldo Edo. He's not going to go any further than that because he knows how to defend properly. Brilliant stuff there, and very good sportsmanship there from Zainal Hazim, just giving enough space there. Hard on the brakes there, coming down towards turn 3, and again, just enough space, not a single inch more given. Brilliant stuff there, but Ronaldo Edo now putting a lot of pressure on Zainal Hazim. I think that man might have the hardest job in iRacing at the moment.
I do agree with you, Max. Zainal Hazim has to try to overtake Han An, and has to try to keep Ronaldo Edo in check. This is the hardest job ever. And Ronaldo Edo trying to get in. Will he do the job? Yes, he managed to overtake Zainal Hazim, and again, that was a bit of a touch, I think.
But he did manage to get ahead there. That was as close as you could possibly get in a touring car race. But now it's Ronaldo Edo up into 3rd position, and Zainal Hazim has dropped back down to 4th place and right into the clutches there, I think, of James Russell. He may have been overheating the tyres a little bit there, and that's given Han An just enough of a breath there, and that's a big mistake from Zainal Hazim, who gets the car hopping over the curbs, but that has somehow managed to draw him alongside Ronaldo Edo, who I believe is trying to avoid him. Coming down towards the braking zone here, you can just about read the part number on that rear tail light as he comes on the braking zone here. Hard on the brakes there, side by side, just about able to keep it on the island, and coming out around there, and it looks like James Russell's gonna manage to get the drive out on the outside there. This is when James Russell's gonna pounce, and now it's the move with James Russell and Zainal Hazim coming down towards the braking zone there, and it looks like James Russell's able to slipstream ahead. Hard on the brakes there. Oh no, there's touch, there's contact, but look at that, James Russell able to keep the car on the road and going again. You could see the wheel spin coming off that car. Look at that contact. He gets punted sideways there, but the rally driver instinct kicks in and he manages to save that slide. And James Russell now able to battle for another day. But this is full-on touring car racing, complete with the pit maneuvers, the shoulder touches, and all sorts of things. And Omar Aziz there saying that people in the crowd are going wild. There's people fainting. There's people jumping up and down with joy, and people with a renewed hope of life right now as they're going around the track. And absolutely fantastic stuff. Rinaldi Edo unfortunately has to go into the pits now. So that is there was fantastic driving there from Rinaldi Edo. You really have to put him up as one of the driver of the day guys. Unbelievable.
There you go. Rinaldi Edo has done a good job, a brilliant thing. And now Zainul Hazim again fighting with Han An. This is a fighting for championship position, Max, actually. This is not just fighting for this race. This is actually fighting for championship point. This is what happened between Zainul, Han An, and actually James Russell.
Yeah. Meanwhile, let's have a look at the battle. Perhaps one that could get my voice back. But in the meantime, let's have a look at this replay. Sharon Norafuddin just able to sneak up ahead of Rinaldi Edo and getting themselves up in towards the top half of the field. Rinaldi Edo there from Indonesia, you have to tip your hat off him. He has been perhaps not the luckiest of drivers, but definitely one of the most entertaining. Meanwhile, Zainul Hazim goes for the deep dive down towards the inside, but James Russell has the speed. He's going to try and look around the outside there. That outside's going to turn into the inside there. Is he going to try it? No, he decides that discretion's a better part of valor, but it does push Zainul Hazim a little bit wide. That means that James can get the throttle on early, hard on the brakes there. Zainul again trying to do anything he possibly can to make sure that mean green Audi doesn't get passed up ahead. 0.2 of a second between Zainul Hazim and James Russell, and you can definitely pick out the details of the car ahead when you're this close. If you're this close on the highway, the police would actually give you a bit of a warning, but it looks like Zainul Hazim's had to go into the pits.
I think he also need to serve a drive-through, yeah.
That's very unfortunate for Zainul Hazim.
That is what happened to Rinaldi Edo too.
Yeah, so that is unbelievable stuff there. So that is Zainul Hazim, we believe, serving a drive-through penalty for track limits. And that is very, very unfortunate stuff indeed. But what is fortunate is Muazzam Zaire, who is going to give the fight of his life to James Russell. He is now hard on the tail of the veteran sim racer, going around the outside there. And let's see if Gaskin can do it. He's going to pull up alongside, hard on the brakes, and unbelievable overtaking maneuver there from Wazam. He is now in third position. All you Gaskin fans, get on your feet. Unbelievable stuff there. Beautiful outbraking maneuver around the inside of James Russell. But of course, Russell's going to try and attack and defend. He blocks it off. Beautiful defending there to close the door and keep himself up ahead. And he manages to get the drive out of the corner there. And well, what can you say? That's brilliant racing from Gaskin.
With 9 minutes left, Max, and Gaskin is on the third position. He actually managed to get hold of the race. This is what he has done. I think he has been practicing this track for so long. There you go. Gaskin.
All of Gaskun's fans are now flooding the chat at the moment there. Make some noise down there for Muazzam Zairi, aka Gaskun, who's managed to get himself up to third place. Brilliant driving there. And brilliant driving here from Rinaldi Edo. Let's see if he can get past Shahril Norafuddin. Not the easiest person in the world to try and overtake. Rinaldi's going to do it the hardest way possible. Around the outside, around the inside. Is he able to do it? Unbelievable stuff. He just about manages to sneak it through and gives him a bump at the same time. Rinaldi Edo moves up into 6th place from Shahril Norafuddin. And I don't think Shahril knew whether he was going to go on the outside, the inside, or through the middle.
There you go. Shahril Norafuddin was like, I don't know where should I stop. And now behind Shahril Norafuddin, we got Zainul Hazim. Oh man, that was so unfortunate between him and what happened between him and Rinaldi Edo. Both of them has go to serve the drive-through pit.
So now we do have the poll for driver of the day, and I think half the field qualifies for driver of the day for this particular race here. But we do have our nominations, and that is Muazzam Zari, Gascon is up there. Rinaldi Edo is also up for driver of the day. Sharil Norafuddin is up for driver of the day, and Han An as well. So between those 4 drivers, do take your pick in the Facebook poll down below for driver of the day. We will try and reveal the answer in this broadcast, but right now we're watching Zainal Hazim putting a lot of pressure right now on Sharil Norafuddin, hard on the inside there. He's just getting closer and closer. This is full-on intimidation tactics.
We actually have like less than 6 minutes to go. Oh, and this race has been heated from the first minute of the race, and now we left with 6 minute race to go, time to go. But still, we are fighting for position. You can see what happened between Muazzam and James Russell. They are still fighting for the 3rd position.
Yeah, absolutely. The gap, meanwhile, just before the close of play, Shami Aizat is 5.5 seconds, almost 6 seconds ahead of Han An in 2nd place. I think Han getting caught up in all that battling has meant that he's dropped down to 1 position, but this has brought up a new challenger in the championship in Shami Aizat. We know how quick he is. We've seen him really shine in races before, but now with him leading and doing a fantastic job there at the front, really in control of this race. It's absolutely brilliant racing. But meanwhile, Zainal Hazim is going to try and see if he can get past Sharil Norafuddin. He's been trying this move for a while now, and he's still trying the move for quite some time. Coming down towards the braking zone here. Let's see if he can claim the apex. He has in fact claimed the apex. He's going to try and put the power down. It's Hyperbulls Hyundai against a Hyperbulls Honda. These 2 teammates in differing machineries coming down towards the third tree. Hairpin. Let's see if Zainal can do anything. He's looking on the inside. He's still on the inside, but it looks like Sharil Norafuddin just got that better drag out of the corner. Oh, just about to say that. I missed that. Unfortunately, I was not expecting that. Just as I was about to say that Sharil Norafuddin was able to hold on to it, it looks like he just ran the car very wide there, and yeah, so Sharil Norafuddin got really wide at that section there, and Zainal Hazim gives him the old how do you do.
This is a true Hyperbulls rivalry, Max, between Honda and Hyundai.
Meanwhile, James Russell is into the pits right now, and we believe that is going to be yet another one of those penalty runs. So James Russell is going to be forced to run through the pits there. 9 seconds. He's going to drop 2 or 3 positions there. So that's going to be very unfortunate for James Russell, but that's going to be very fortunate for Muazzam, who is now up into 3rd position. And he's got 9 seconds between himself and Muhammad Shukran with only 4 minutes left in the race.
It seems like Muazzam is actually having a good time on the 3rd place there, Max. He's quite comfortable in front with less than 4 minutes left. And here we go, a battle between James Russell and Sharil Norafuddin. James Russell actually come out of the pit behind Zainul Hazim.
So it's back to square one for James Russell. He's going to be battling against Zainal Hazim and Sharil Norafuddin yet again. And a little bit of deja vu creeping in towards the turn 3 right now, but it's going to be a real battle, a real slugfest towards the end of the race there. You can see there that Sharil Norafuddin is getting very racy behind the Audi. There we have a Honda, we have an Audi, we have a Hyundai. 3 different cars from 3 different countries with 3 different styles of driving them right now. So this is going to be very interesting to see how this race shakes out. James Russell is in 7th position now, pushing very hard through the bends, and just about able to pull away a little bit from Zainal Hazim, but from Sharil Norafuddin, and a little bit closer to Zainal Hazim. But this battle does look a little bit calmer than the previous battles, which is saying something, because I would normally be screaming at something like this at the moment, but I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I have in fact lost my voice.
But Max, this is back to square one. Rinaldi Ido in front, Zainal Hazim in the 6th place, and James Russell right now in the 7th place. This is back from the first race.
I do believe that all of these drivers have in fact had a drive-through penalty. So they just about come out in the right place there. Ooh, Zainal Hazim still going very wide over the sausage curbs there. I think he's actually sliding out of the corners. That's how hard he's driving through that bend, and just catching the sausage curb with the side of his wheel there. Brilliant stuff indeed. James Russell getting very close, very friendly with a hyperbull up ahead, and it looks like Zainal Hazim is he's going to have to work a little bit harder for his pay this time around, coming down towards turn 3 hairpin. Let's see if James Russell is going to be able to do anything here. He is close enough, but he decides not to go for it. I think he might be trying to look at that turn 4 as an option to try and overtake. It's been a bit tricky trying to get past on this hairpin, so he might try and hold it off, but it looks like Zainal Hazim has been able to drag up ahead of him right now. Meanwhile, there is a bit of a development up ahead. Shami Aizan's dropped a bunch of pace there. He was 5.5 seconds ahead of Han An. Now he is only 3.2 seconds ahead of Han An. And I think looking at him, he's using a lot of that exit of the corner there. So I think he might actually be suffering from a bit of tyre wear. And you can actually see Han An behind him. And I mean, there's not enough laps left, unfortunately, in the race. We are going to see a lap 28. I'm not sure if we will see a lap 29 at this point in time. But Shami Aizan, regardless, has done a fantastic job throughout the course of this race.
It has been a good job by Shami Aizan. He has been in front from the first lap, I think. Yeah. And up till the 27th lap, he's still in front. He has been dominating this race from the early races.
Absolutely. So there's a bit of a shout out there to Shukran, who's managed to gain 6 positions along with Muhammad Muhaimin. So there is your overtaking battle winners there. Muhammad Shukran managing to gain 6 places, and so has Muhammad Muhaimin. 2 very racy drivers throughout the course of this evening. And brilliant stuff indeed. Unfortunately, we had some retirements there. We have Jensen Chu out of the race. Leon Munfai is out of the race. Lloyd Lachlan, unfortunately, out of the race as well, thanks to that kerfuffle at the start of the race there. James Russell still having a look, see right now, but I think finally, with 45 minutes passed on the clock, through the final lap of the race, I think we could finally say that the race has finally calmed down.
after a 45-minute race,
yep.
Then it came down to
so
1.
now there you have it.
This is the final.
Yep, the checker flag has flown for Shami Aizan ahead of a very dramatic race there. But congratulations goes out to Shami Aizan, who comes home in first position. Han An will protect his championship lead there in second place. But give a big round of applause to Muazzam Zairi. Gascon takes it home in third place. And it looks like Zainal Hazim takes it home in... Muhammad Shukra takes it home in fourth. Zainal Hazim is in fifth. Rinaldi Edo unfortunately has to get another penalty in sixth place. James Russell in seventh. Cheryl Nurifuddin in eighth. Wan Li Kui in ninth. And Muhammad Muhaimin in 10th place. But what can you say about the top 3? Shami Aizan, brilliant, flawless racing all throughout the course of this evening. Han An, a real battler. He's really shown his abilities in racecraft, especially throughout the course of this race. But Muazzam Zairi, I would be surprised if he didn't get driver of the day.
Whoa. Muazzam Zairi has done a big thing tonight. You know, he managed to get there and managed to hold that position until the end.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's been just brilliant stuff throughout, and he's played the race, he's played the strategy perfectly. He's learned from the mistakes that he's made in round 1, and I think we could see him do very well in TCR racing, in iRacing.
Yeah, he managed to avoid a lot of incident, I think. And what happened between him and James Russell just got better when James Russell need to serve that drive-through pit penalty. And he was just like, if I'm him, I'll be like, damn, thanks God.
Yeah, that really did save his skin, sorry, throughout the course of the race there. But Muazzam Zairi, absolutely fantastic stuff indeed. But that's not to take away from Shami Aizan in first position. a flawless race, almost a Schumacher level of performance there, just making sure that he did nothing wrong there. Even when he was losing pace to Han An and the latter part of the race in the last couple of laps, you could see him just back off, calm himself down, and just count the laps off till the finish. So brilliant stuff indeed. Yeah, let's have a look at this start though.
This is the things what happened, and everything happened so fast. Oh,
yeah, again, 5 wide just doesn't fit around this track there.
oh I've told you before, 3 wide is the max here, and 3 wide they ain't gonna get it right. Even though with 3 wide, but they are going for 5 wide.
Absolutely. Mavinder Jit Singh, I think commiserations go out to him. He really did get the short end of the stick on that one. And that was Abdul Hakim getting it very sideways through there. Wan Lee Kui, brilliant start throughout the course of the race there. Just managing to keep the nose of that Honda clean. But wonderful stuff indeed.
Okay, here we go. So what we said earlier was like, this is gonna be a hell out of a race, but for the whole 45 minutes, Max is out of the breath. You know, okay, so we have the driver of the day for tonight. We got four names up for polls, and Han An win the polls for 40% of the polls.
Absolutely brilliant stuff there from Han An there. So he is our driver of the day for round 2. Han An from South Korea, obviously with a very loyal fan base there. Fantastic stuff, and we're happy to see him there.
Shukran got number 4. Last week he got 3rd place, and this week he got 4th place.
He's doing very well for himself, and yeah, and we do have. I do happen to be sitting on some information that I won't divulge until next week. But we've had from his rallying career, I think he's going to take off quite a bit, and his touring car racing career will as well. So it's all changed right now. Han An, we believe, would still be in the lead of the championship, but Shami Aizan has had a big boost to his championship chances. He started the race from 4 points. Now he's had an additional 25 points added to his score.
And not to forget what happened to Shukran.
Yeah.
So he might be still on the 3rd place.
He might be, absolutely. Zainal Hazim did his absolute level best, but we believe he might have dropped a position, perhaps, compared to Shukran Mokhtar there in 3rd place. So do stay tuned tomorrow, where we will have all of the standings, the point standings, the final race classifications, and a lot more. Of course, we will also have our super secret special guest.
Oh yes, tomorrow we will have a guest here in our studio, which meant to be one of the Toge and Kanjo racer in the Sims community. He's been playing Kanjo every single day, I think.
Yes, he is well known for his fantastic technique with the heel and toe, and he says his favorite driver of all time is the Drift King himself, Keiichi Tsuchiya, a man from the mountains, coming right up there and head of Kroni Kanjo.
Kroni Kanjo.
We are of course talking about Master Seth, who will be joining us tomorrow in the post-race show. So do stay tuned for that. We will have all of the actions, the highlights, and of course our special guest star, Master Seth. The race has taken quite a bit from me right now, so let's have a look towards the future, shall we, before we completely collapse. This is Road America, 8th of April. Next week is going to be this week, Friday. I do apologize. Actually. This next race, the next race this week. I was going to say say it the other way around, but thanks for catching that. But Road America, 8th of April, this Friday. We're back to the usual time and the usual date, the usual day as well for that. But Road America,
Max. Oh,
perhaps the greatest track to never host a Formula One event. Over 6 kilometers long and absolutely incredible stuff indeed. Zainal Hazim has commented there, great race guys, aku perlu macam main bola sebab battle non-stop. It was fun from the start. Absolutely brilliant race.
That was a good race. 45 minutes full of action. Max like me. And I was like,
Yes, we usually only need an A4 sheet of paper to mark our notes down for this race, but I think he's used 2.
it's been a brilliant race, guys, and we have a lot of fun. We do have a lot of fun.
Absolutely, and I think we're going to have more fun at Road America. It has the high-speed straights. It has the super twisty corners, big flowing corners like the famous...
and not to forget, it has a very narrow track.
Yes,
It's
a lot
not
narrower.
that big. It's not that big, bro.
Absolutely. After turn 1 and turn 2, the track narrows down quite dramatically.
No 4 wide. No.
Well, you say that, but you know what's going to happen.
No 4 wide, bro. No, don't. This Road America, there's no 4 wide, bro. Come on.
So yeah, and Umar Aziz saying he's really looking forward to heading back to America and going to one of his favorite tracks there. I think he probably even has an apartment nearby. That's probably why he really likes the track there. But it is an absolutely fantastic track. Road America coming up in 8th of April. But remember, tomorrow we do have the post-race show with Master Seth and all of the actions and highlights from today. Whew. What else could you say about this race?
I say Mac need to catch up his breath. Okay, so guys, that's all for tonight. I think like Mac say, don't forget for tomorrow. And that's all from us, from Cairo Alang, our race producer, our steward.
Yep. Who's in the room right now?
In the room there, and our pit lane reporter, Omar Aziz, and from Max Palmer, and from me, Budi. That's all for tonight.
See you tomorrow. Sure.
LamboPlace